Hello everyone and welcome into Herman Brothers Field, where tonight we have the last non-league matchup of the 2021 ABL season for your Matsu Miners as they play host to the Piedmont Pride from South Carolina. Hello everybody, I'm Reese Lannon. Sean will not be with us today as he's overdoing some PA announcing, so it should be back to normal starting on Friday. Tomorrow it'll be just Sean, but this is the last solo game for me, so I'll look to bring you guys as much action as I possibly can. For this Pride team, they used to be a member of the Southern Collegiate Baseball League, but actually moved over to independent ball this year. They went to the Dominican Republic. They played some teams in the Carolinas. So they've been all over. Now they're on an Alaska trip. They play the Chinooks tomorrow, and I believe they play the Gold Panthers at some point as well. So they're up here for a little while, and the Miners get to play the Piedmont Pride. Pride based out of, obviously, Piedmont in South Carolina, that is located in the northern part of the state of South Carolina, about a couple hours from Charlotte. For this Miners team, they come in at 23-9, coming off a loss yesterday, their first loss in 8 tries as they fell to the Anchorage Bucs in a mercy rule, actually. So go big or go home, I guess, for the losses. Lost 12-2 in that game. Today, this will be the lineup that the Miners send to the plate as they look to get back on their winning ways. Leading off at second base, number 1, Holden Breeze. Hitting second in center field, number 44, Tyler Wilson. Batting third at first base, number 37, Nick Sorelli. Batting cleanup. And DHing, number 48, Casey Rother. Batting fifth in left field, wearing number 15, Aaron Walters. Batting sixth in right field, wearing number 14, Ricky Nunez. Batting seventh at third base, wearing number 28, Jared Sweeney. Hitting eighth, and behind the plate, number 18, Sam Thompson. And rounding out the minor order, batting ninth at shortstop, wearing number 3, it's David Bermudez. On the mound for the Miners, right-hander Wyatt Tucker, who wears number 24. This is the lineup that the Piedmont Pride will send forward. Leading off in center field, wearing number 7, Sam Blancato. Blancato plays his baseball at Georgia Southern University. Hitting second in right field, wearing number 10, Andrew Terrell. He plays his college baseball at Appalachian State. Hitting third and behind the plate is going to be number 21, Hayden Cross, who plays his college baseball also at Appalachian State. Batting cleanup, wearing number 22 at first base, Scotty Lee, who plays at Mars Hill University. That is located, I believe, in North Carolina. Hitting fifth at DH, wearing number 29, Abraham Moe, who's actually a college teammate of Christian Sealhorse, the Miners right-hander at Slippery Rock University in Pennsylvania. Batting sixth over at third base, number 1, Ben Wetenhall. Ben Wetenhall plays his college baseball at the College of Charleston in South Carolina. Hitting seventh at shortstop, wearing number 11, Tyler Baker. Baker plays at Winthrop University, located in North Carolina. Batting eighth at second base, Cody Trujillo, who wears number 2. He plays his college baseball at Columbia International University. And rounding out the order for the Piedmont Pride, batting ninth in left field, wearing number 12, Jordan Thurman. Thurman plays at the University of South Carolina, Sumter University. So that will be the lineup on the mound as well. For these Piedmont Pride is right-handed pitcher from North Greenville College, Reese Fields. We share the same name. Reese Fields, though, does have a C in his name. I have the S. So that'll be the lineup that the Pride send to the plate. Obviously, I said they've played games in the Carolinas. They went to the Dominican. Their last games actually came in the Dominican. They don't have any season stats or schedule. Wish I could bring that to you guys, but they just got the roster, so bare minimum. And we'll see. This team in the past, actually, before leaving the Southern Collegiate League last year, they won 3 out of the last 4 Southern Collegiate League championships. So they certainly have had a run of success. The Miners, once again, coming at 23-9 coming in this game, will not count towards the standings, win or loss. In second place, 4.5 games back, are the Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks, 19-14. Third place, the Anchorage Glacier Pilots, who come in at 15-16, 7.5 back. They have a doubleheader today against the Peninsula Oilers after getting rained out yesterday. Coming in at fourth place is going to be the Anchorage Bucs, who got back to their winning ways yesterday. 14-21 on the year for the Bucs, 10.5 back. And In 5th place, the bottom of the league, the Peninsula Oilers, who, as aforementioned, are playing a doubleheader today against the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. They sit at 11-12 and 12 and a half games back in the ABL standings. So those are your ABL standings, Miners. Magic number to clinch is 4. Like I said, there is no win or loss that's going to go towards the ABL standings today. So the only thing that the Miners can hope for is the Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks, who are against the Anchorage Bucs today at Mulcahy Stadium in Anchorage. We got to hope the Bucs can win again, start a little bit of a winning streak. That magic number would go down to 3 with a win by the Bucs. It's a pretty gloomy day here today at Herman Brothers Field. Not the warmest at all. It sits in the low 60s, overcast, as it's been pretty much the entire day. After a run of hot weather, it's cooled off considerably. It's supposed to go up back, I believe, at the end of this week, so we'll see if that holds true. The hot weather was nice, but man, I gotta say, being from the Midwest where we're not as close to the sun, and 80 degrees here is a lot warmer than 80 degrees in the Midwest. It was very hot, to say the least. Wyatt Tucker is the starter for the Miners on the mound. Tucker will not get credit towards the statistics for this game, but on the year he comes in making, I believe, his 6th start. Yes, his 6th start. He's pitched in 7 games. Pitched a third of an inning early in the year as his first appearance in a Miner uniform. But Tucker comes in with 5 total starts on the year, 22.1 total innings. He's allowed 15 hits, 7 runs, has walked 13. That's been a little bit of a black eye, but he struck out 20. And at the end of the day, a 2.82 ERA. It's going to play really well. He's been good. 1-1 record on the year for Wyatt. So we're going to take a short break now as the national anthem is being sung, and we're going to be back in just a few moments from Herman Brothers Field. Let's do this thing live from Herman Brothers Field as Wyatt Tucker begins his warm-up process, and the Miners look to put a clean score as they go into the bottom of the first. Hopefully no runs crossing. Obviously, this is a non-league game, but the Miners certainly putting their best foot out there. The pretty much usual defensive lineup. A few changes. Tyler Rando is most notably, I guess you can say, not in the lineup today. So no Tyler Rando, as well as a couple of outfielders not in the game today are either Mike Ferreira or Patrick Donovan. So neither of them, lefty, righty bat, they will not be in the lineup today, but the Miners will look to get production. And Ricky Nunez has been hitting well lately. He's in the 6 hole, and that's the guy who I kind of circled. Ricky has been hitting the ball a lot better, and he's looked a lot more fluid in the outfield. He got off to a little bit of a slow streak at the plate, but he's picked things up as of late, and he's in the lineup today, batting 6th. We've seen Aaron Walters in left, right, first base, DH. He's in left today, so not the conventional, I guess you can say, corner outfield alignment, but we'll see what they got today, as stepping to the plate for the Piedmont Pride is Sam Blancato. Blancato, a left-handed batter, as aforementioned, from Georgia Southern University. A lot of guys from the Deep South on this team. This traveling roster only comes in with 16 players, but it makes sense because they're only playing 3 to 5 games. I can't remember the exact amount, as Blancato stands in and watches a called strike 1. Blancato batting from the left side. He stands in at 5'10" and 180 pounds. He's a Greenville, South Carolina native, as there's strike number 2, and he's quickly down in the count 0-2. Tucker back to the line. Here it is. Up high, 1-2. Tucker came in 22 and a third innings with 20 total strikeouts on the year. Right around 9 Ks per 9, a little bit below. As he's in the driver's seat here, the 1-2. And he struck him out swinging. Came with a fastball. Down goes Sam Blancato on just 4 pitches. 1 away, and stepping to the plate next for the Piedmont Pride is going to be Andrew Terrell, the right fielder. Tucker's 21st strikeout of the year. He came with that fastball and blew away Blancato. So the Miners, 1 out. Right-handed batter Terrell stepping in. As he watches the first pitch there for ball 1. Blancato from Appalachian State, Boone, North Carolina. Most notably for football. I guess you could say probably the most famous moment from Appalachian State came in 2007, where they defeated the University of Michigan Wolverines. As an Ohio State fan, it was a great day. I believe I was only 6 years old at the time, but grew up in a house that hated Michigan. There was really I'm from Michigan actually, but there was no turning to the other side. Even as a little kid, I was raised to be an Ohio State Buckeye, and I remember that day fondly, as the count has gone 3-1 here on Andrew Terrell. Appalachian State defeated Michigan in the Big House. The first game on Big Ten Network, actually, in the Big Ten Network's history, the inaugural game and the first game of the year. Appalachian State, who was an FCS team at the time, went in and beat Michigan. As there's ball 4 to Andrew Terrell. So he'll walk here. And with 1 out, stepping to the plate, it's going to be catcher Hayden Cross. Cross, right-handed batter, stepping into the box. Cross also from Appalachian State. As he steps in here, looking to maybe move Terrell over. Bats from the left side. So he'll stand in. Cross is a native of Sanford, North Carolina. So a Carolina guy playing his summer college baseball in the Carolinas. So he stands in. Tucker sets. First pitch is way off the plate. Sam Thompson behind the plate tonight. Tyler Rando getting a day off. He came out after, I believe, the 4th inning yesterday. He was kind of beat up behind the plate, so he's going to get a day off today to kind of rest. And it's a well-deserved rest. Rando's been playing really well for your Miners. As there's a quick pick over to first, but back in safely with a dive is Andrew Terrell. Going back to Appalachian State, their football over recent years has become a great program. They play in, I believe, the Sun Belt now, but they've went to numerous bowl games, had 10-win seasons. I mean, they have been an elite-level program in the Sun Belt Conference. Count stands at 1-1 here on the catcher, Hayden Cross. As there's a ball, cross goes 2-1. Yeah, head coach for Appalachian State that helped start their spawn of success actually is now at the University of Louisville. Louisville pulled them away with much bigger dollar signs. Scott Satterfield is now at the Louisville program, who's expected to have a pretty solid year this year. So Satterfield's done a good job as that pitch is up high. So Tucker 3-1 to back-to-back batters. Standing on deck is the first baseman, Scotty Lee, if it gets to him. Still a chance for a double play ball. 3-1. Here comes, runner taken off as it's swung on and fouled back to the screen. Over the screen, actually. So we'll do it again. Sent back to first is Terrell, and it's going to be 3-2. Tucker trying to find his way against this Pride lineup. It's been a walk as well as a strikeout so far. 3-2 on Hayden Cross, wearing number 21. Cross standing in at the plate at 5'11", 190 pounds. Here's the pitch, runner taking off, and it's fouled away again, this time off the press box. Actually hit it instead of clearing it. Foul ball. Miners come into today with just one player leading one of the 6 major statistical categories in the league: average home runs, RBIs, pitching wins, strikeouts, ERA. And that man is Nick Sorelli, who still leads the league with 5 home runs and leads the league in walks as well. So he does it all, really. Sorelli over at first base today. 3-2. Once again, a runner takes off as it's swung on and fouled away again. So we'll do it one more time at least. Good at bat here by Hayden Cross. Count still at 3-2. A lot of time in between pitches between Tucker and Cross. I bet runner's taken off 3 straight times as there's a throw over to first base. He's back in safely. I would bet Terrell's going to be on the move once again here. It's 3-2. Cross back in. Something's got to give. Here it is. As it swung on and hit into right field, and with the runner taking off and the ball dropping, Terrell's going to make it to third easy. Nunez fumbles the ball. Terrell holds it third. It's a 1-out single, and immediately traffic on the bases as a long at-bat for Hayden Cross produces the base hit. So it's a big-time hit. Runners at the corners, just 1 out, and the cleanup hitter, Scotty Lee, comes to the plate. Good hit there by Cross, just going with the pitch. Didn't get great contact on it, but was able to get enough as that ball sunk into right field. 2 on, 1 out. Righty on righty matchup. Tucker back to it. Here it is. Swung on and hit in the air. Right center field. Nunez going back. He'll track it down, reaching up to make the grab. Runner will tag from third. Andrew Terrell trots home. He'll cross the plate. And the Pride are on the board first. It's a Scotty Lee sac fly. 1-0 Pride here in the top of the first. Ball was hit pretty well, but Nunez had him played a little bit over to that gap and was able to run it down. As Abraham Mao will step to the plate. We said in the pregame, he is the college teammate of Christian Seelhorst. Slippery Rock University. He's in the DH role today. First pitch to him is a breaking ball, and that's going to float a little bit off the plate for ball 1. This Pride team is a Christian-based team. So they went on a trip to Puerto Rico as the runner takes off here. Throw down to second on the swing and miss is not in time. Sam Thompson skips in there. It is a strike, so it's going to be 1-1. This Pride team went down to Puerto Rico and did some mission-type work down there with the kids of Puerto Rico. It was either Puerto Rico or the Dominican. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. It was the Dominican. I was wrong. Had that mixed up. Count sits at 1-1 on Abraham Mao. On deck is Ben Wedenhall. As that pitch is downstairs for ball number 2. Yeah, Cross able to swipe that base. He's not the biggest dude. He's pretty athletic, as you can tell, even for a catcher. 2-1 here on Abraham Mao. As that pitch is up and in, it's gone 3-1, and Tucker has really struggled when behind in the count this inning. A walk and a single when he's went down 3-1 in the count so far. Looking to maybe flip the page here. 3-1 pitch is outside by just a little bit. Ball 4. So second walk of the inning for Tucker. And once again, 2 runners on the bags. 2 outs this time. Ben Wedenhall, the third baseman, coming to the plate. Lighter crowd than maybe we were used to here on hand at Herman Brothers Field. Don't blame them, though, as it is not the warmest day or the sunniest day. As that pitch goes up and in, and it's going to hit Ben Wedenhall. So first pitch, a hit by a pitch, and all of a sudden the bases are loaded here for the Pride in the first.
Now batting number 11, Tyler Baker.
Bases loaded as out of the dugout is Bubba Walters to go talk with his starting pitcher, as the bases have been loaded with with 2 outs. He's still got a big hurdle ahead of him. Meeting on the mound over, and back to it is Wyatt Tucker. Tyler Baker up with the sacks full. One 1-0 here on Tyler Baker, who plays his college baseball at Winthrop. Native of Gaston, South Carolina, as there's strike 1 to Tyler Baker. So 1-1 count. Outfield playing moderately in on Baker. Here's the pitch, and it's off the plate for a ball. Snap throw down to first, and that throw was a little lower. They might have had a chance to pick off the runner Wedenhall. Instead, he's just back in, and it's going to be 2-1. Tucker really needs it out here. If he can escape this inning with just 1 run of damage, it'll look a lot better on his line. He's really struggled with command this inning. As this pitch is swung on and fouled hard, but foul. So 2-2 count. Also, in the world of baseball, I don't know if anybody else had seen this, but Yermin Mercedes, who was recently optioned down to AAA Charlotte, actually just retired. He was the leading batting average guy in Major League Baseball for well over a month and was hitting really well. And he hit a cold streak, had a conflict with Tony La Russa about swinging on 3-0 counts. And I'll be the first one to say it. I mean, if you're swinging at a 3-0 count, no matter what the score, it is what it is. Maybe I'm wrong for that, but you should play the game until it's over, in my personal opinion. 3-2 here on Tyler Baker. Here it is. And it's just outside for ball 4. Tucker with his 3rd walk of the inning. And that'll plate another run. It's 2-0 Pride here in the first. So Tucker still not out of the swamp as the bases are still loaded. Command becoming an issue for Tucker as he looks to get out Cody Trujillo, second baseman. Stands in. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. It's been a frustrating inning for Tucker. 1-0 pitch. Fastball just low, and it's 2-0 on Trujillo. He is not missing by a lot on these last number of pitches. That one just a little bit low. 2-0. We'll see if Trujillo's got the green light. He does not. It's 3-0. And very quickly, Wyatt Tucker is losing grasp on this inning. It's been a struggle on the bump. 3-0 count. Here it is. And he got a strike over with a fastball, 3-1. So now some moderate stretching, it appears, down in the minor bullpen. You got to think they might get some throwing going if Tucker loses him here. As this ball is swung on and tapped up the third baseline. Going to be a tough play for Sweeney. Throw to first just in time. A spectacular play by Jared Sweeney on the charge. Glove to hand. Able to fire that over to Sorelli for the 5-3 ground out. So Miners give up a couple here in the top of the first, but an outstanding defensive play by Jared Sweeney puts the hold on any more. So we'll head to the bottom of the first. It's Pride 2, Miners 0. We'll be back here from Herman Brothers Field in just a few moments. We're back here from Herman Brothers Field as we prepare to start the bottom of the first. Due up to the plate for the Miners is Breeze, Wilson, Sorelli. So the normal top of the order over the last number of games since Holden Breeze started out in Matsu, as he'll be the first one to the plate. And on the mound for the Piedmont Pride is going to be Reese Fields, a right-hander from North Greenville College. He's 6'2", 220 pounds, and he hails from Columbia, South Carolina, so one of the bigger cities in South Carolina is this right-hander from. Fields just finished his sophomore year at North Greenville as he unleashes his warm-up pitches, and we'd like to remind everyone out there that if they haven't yet, we're going to give a shout-out to our social medias. Make sure to give them a follow. Our Instagram at Matsu_Miners, our Twitter at ABL, all caps, ABL, Miners all lowercase. And then on Facebook as well, just look up Matsu Miners, you'll find us. 2-0 Pride. After one, it was just one hit. A single on the third batter of the game, the catcher Hayden Cross to right field. Got the runner off of first base all the way to third, but that was the only hit of the inning. 3 walks and a hit by pitch. Doomed Wyatt Tucker, and he got behind 3-0 on the 8th hitter, Cody Trujillo, but he was able to navigate around, got a strike, and then a ground out to third base. So Holden Breeze, the second baseman, stepping into the plate. Breeze on the year, hitting .375. He's 6'4", 16, a homer and an RBI. Walked once, struck out 3 times. So has 3 steals. So he stands in. First pitch from Fields is inside ball 1. Able to take that is Holden Breeze. Tyler Wilson, the on-deck circle. He'll bat from the left side, so 2 lefties here in the first inning, followed after the right-handed breeze as this ball is skied fairly deep into right center field, but moving over a long run, actually for the center fielder Blancato. He'll make the catch, 1 away. Tyler Wilson, playing center field today from Grand Canyon University in Chandler, Arizona, steps to the plate. Wilson, batting from the left side. Let's see, looks to maybe create some offense here early. Wilson on the year hitting an even 250 as he watches ball 1. Hitting an even 250, 23 hits in 92 at-bats, a homer and 6 RBIs, as well as 6 walks for Tyler. Count 1-1 on Tyler Wilson. Hines goes to the line. Here it is. And that pitch missed low. 2-1. Wilson's also been good at stealing bases. After starting the year out 0 for 2, he's 5 of his last 6 on the base paths. So he's been pretty solid in that regard. As the 2-1 pitch is a breaking ball off the plate and it's gone 3-1 on Tyler Wilson. 3-1 from Reese Fields. Here it is, and it's outside, ball 4. So 1-out walk for Tyler Wilson. He's been really good at getting on base over the past 3 or 4 weeks. He's on here with 1 out, and it'll be Nick Sorelli. Sorelli stepping in, coming in with a 286 line on the year. Big first baseman, ton of power in that swing. We said he's the ABL home run leader, but 25 walks to his line as well. As he stands in, first pitch way off the plate, ball 1. Fields is on a run now of 5 straight balls. Or rather, 4 straight balls. Sorelli in a 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch, breaking ball for a strike. Hit the lower half of the zone. Sorelli now in an even count. It is Alaska Club Day here at the ballpark. Alaska Club is a very good gym, to say the least. I go to the Palmer and the Wasilla locations. Great gym, very clean. They got everything you could want. As it is Alaska Club Day here at the ballpark. They have a tent down the right field line, so if anybody's thinking of coming to the ballpark maybe a little late, make sure to check out that tent down the line. 1-1 here on Nick Sorelli. Snap throw back to first, and the throw is going to get by the first baseman, Scotty Lee. It's going to go up the line. Wilson around second. He's chugging for third. He's going to get in there standing up. So it's going to go down as an error on the pitcher, Reese Fields, as motoring all the way to third base is Tyler Wilson. So a runner on third at just 1 out. Sorelli still in a 1-1 count. That was easy pickings. Sorelli back in, left-handed bat. As he swings and misses here, that pitch was in the dirt. Unable to get a grasp on it. And now it's 1-2 on Sorelli. Here it is, and it's inside for ball number 2. Almost hit his kneecap, actually. Was able to get out of the way there. Sorelli back in. It's a 2-2 count. Here it is. And it's inside for ball number 3. A good take there by Sorelli to hold off. Able to resist that one. The 3-2 pitch to Sorelli. It's swung on and popped up into foul ground. The third baseman, Wedenhall, making a move over there, but It's not to be, and we'll do it again. 3-2. Sorelli working a nice little count here. We know he has 25 walks on the year. He's been really good in that department. And he'll look to reach base here. Fields to the set. Here it is. Breaking ball up high. Very close pitch, but Sorelli able to hold off. It's a walk. Couple of walks already for Reese Fields, and now runners at the corners for Casey Rother. Rother, coming into the game, has really started to boost his average back up as of late. He's back up to 309 on the year. Couple home runs, 16 runs knocked in. Got the most at-bats on the minors, 34 hits and 110 at-bats. Rother from Tamaqua, Pennsylvania, Lehigh University. Standing on deck is Aaron Walters. And then in the hole, Ricky Nunez. So big spot here for the minors. Runners on the corners. Just one out. Same situation as the Piedmont Pride were in the first. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball grounded. Foul down the third baseline. Rother behind 0-1. Yes. Like I aforementioned, the other game going on in the ABL today is the Chinooks and the Bucs. We're all Bucs fans today, even though they beat us yesterday. So, hoping for a Bucs victory. Rother standing back in. It's 0-1. Here it is. And it's off the plate. Ball 1. Good bit off the plate, actually. Rother didn't even really start to try to even pull the trigger. 1-1. Sorelli off of first. Doesn't have a ton of speed. Likely not to see him steal, but who knows? As it sits 1-1 on Rother. As he check swing. Did he go around? I don't think he did. And there's a late appeal, and he did go around. So, interesting. Was not called a swing at the plate. Ball got blocked in the dirt. It was a late appeal call by the catcher for the Piedmont Pride, Hayden Cross. Peeled down to first base. Said he went around. So 1-2 on Rother. Looking to at least get that run in. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and grounded to the left side. This is going to be a tough play at any base. Long throw to first. Not in time. Infield single for Casey Rother. And that's going to bring in the first run of the game for the Miners. That was really going to be a tough play. He had no chance to get Sorelli at second. His only shot was the long throw on the sliding stop to first, but Tyler Baker's throw to Scotty Lee was not in time. So it's an infield single. That's the first run of the game for the Miners. And first and second now, Aaron Walters strides in. How about that? Casey Rother knocking in the run. Miners able to get some first inning production. Walters in. First and second. One out. Angelo State product in. Coming in 237. He's got 18 hits and 76 at-bats. First pitch there is fouled back to the screen. I'd like to once again give a shout out to the sponsor of the 2021 Matsu Miners Summer Clinic, which wrapped up last week in Alaska USA Federal Credit Union. Thank you to you guys for sponsoring the event. It was a really good event, and Sean actually put together a pretty good YouTube video. It's on our YouTube channel at Matsu Miners, where you're watching right now, if you want to watch a compilation of the videos. We took from the summer clinic 1-1 on Aaron Walters. Angelo State Ram. Back in. Reese Fields got off to a good start. Got the first guy out. But it's been walk, infield single since. And that pitch is a breaking ball off the plate, so it's gone 2-1. Walters, slightly open stance, holds that bat without a lot of wiggle, just above his shoulder. 2-1 pitch, and it's a fastball that's going to catch the outside corner. Strike number 2, it'll even it up at 2-2. Nunez in the on-deck circle. He'll get a chance unless a double play comes here. Fields taking a long look in. Still looking. Now he's got what he wants. 2-2 is popped up into foul ground. Long run for the third baseman. And it's out of play. Wedenhall unable to get to that one. So it'll stay 2-2. Pretty long at bat here by Aaron Walters as he's able to stick around. Like you guys also to stick around tomorrow. Sean's going to be on the call for the game tomorrow between the Miners and the Anchorage Bucs. Once again, that game slated to start at 6 p.m. It's the last game of a 4-game homestand before 2 on the road, back-to-back in Chugiak against the Chinooks. Cirelli with a big leadoff second here. Now he's chased back to the bag. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Walters down on strikes, so he is the second out here in the minor half of the first.
Now batting for the Miners, number 14.
Fields able to get that punch out swinging, and Ricky Nunez is the Miners' final chance for runs here in the first. Nunez bats from the right side, comes in batting even, 250. 10 hits, 40 at-bats, couple RBIs on the year, couple walks as well. Stands in. Miners in their home whites today. The Pride, I presume this is kind of an alternate / road look as there's a pitch up high for ball one. A fake snap throw down to first by the catcher Hayden Cross, but didn't offer. So 1-0 on Ricky Nunez. Long look in from the right-hander Reese Fields. Cirelli off of first, or off of second. Rother off of first as there's a breaking ball low and in. It's 2-0. Miners with very few regular season games left. It's tomorrow at home, and a couple on the road against Chugiak, then 3 in 2 days at home, which actually wraps up the regular season home games. 2 on Monday, doubleheader against the Pilots, and 1 on Tuesday against the Pilots, as there's a called strike, so 2-1. And then the final 2 games of the year at Chugiak again against the Chinooks, and then at Mulcahy Stadium against the Anchorage Bucs. That wraps up the regular season next Thursday, July 29th. Hard to believe it's already the end of the regular season. But it is almost here, and then the ABL playoffs start, and here's the hope the Miners can wrap up that #1 seed as this pitch is swung on and popped up out of play. So 2-2 here on Ricky Nunez. Still pretty overcast. And a slight drizzle coming down. It's been a slight drizzle for a lot of the afternoon, and it's now reappearing. 2-2 on Nunez. Jared Sweeney stands on deck. Set. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball, and ooh, that just missed low. Nunez able to resist it, and good thing he did. Ball 3. Bases are going to be loaded, and runners are going to be on the move here with 2 outs. And a full count on Nunez. Cirelli with a walking lead off of second. Rother off of first. Anything to the outfield will play to run. Field sets. Here's the 3-2. Breaking ball up and in. Another walk for Reese Fields. His third of the inning. Just like his counterpart, Wyatt Tucker. Both of them had 3 walks in the first inning. That'll load the bases. Jared Sweeney coming to the plate as out of the dugout is the manager for the Piedmont Pride. He's going to go talk to Reese Fields. Infield all going to converge on this meeting. It's just Nunez's 3rd walk of the year. Came at a good time, though. Jared Sweeney's going to have a chance to hit with the sacks full and 2 away. The official sponsor of Mat-Su Miners Internet broadcast is Napa Auto Parts of Alaska. We thank Jim Ruda, their owner. Also, there is a Miners jersey giveaway at the Napa Auto Parts local stores. So just go to your locally owned and operated Napa store to enter and win. Also had a first pitch today thrown by Adric Brenter. Pretty solid first pitch. Wasn't appeared on the broadcast, so he didn't get the air time, but I can say, in my humble opinion, that it was pretty solid. Meeting at the mound done. Fields will go back to it. Sacks full, 2 away. Jared Sweeney, another Lehigh University product, will try to plate his college teammate Casey Rother out at second base. Also Sorelli at third and Nunez at first. Sweeney, a switch hitter. He'll bat from the left side. Fields going to work here. He goes to the set. Long look in. He takes a long time in between pitches, to say the least. At the set. Readjusts. Sweeney still looking in. Stalemate maybe finally broken here. Here's the pitch. Low and in. Ball one to Jared Sweeney. Sweeney able to take that pitch. 1-0. On deck is actually Kevin Nakamura. So it appears Sam Thompson's day is done after just a half inning. Nakamura's going to bat here. He has the shin guards on deck as that pitch is low in, snapped over to first, but Sorelli's back in time, so 2-0. Thompson was out there to catch, but evidently not, as it's going to be Kevin Nakamura in the on-deck circle, so not really sure what went on there, but Thompson is no longer in the game. 2-0 on Jared Sweeney. Standing in, here it is. Fastball, and that missed a little low again, and it's gone 3-0. Just one ball away from tying this game up with the walk. Jared Sweeney has had a walk-off walk this year. He's taken the lead one time with the walk-off hit by pitch as well. So no stranger to the free pass. Just one hit for both sides, but it's been 3 walks so far in the first inning. As that one is low and in, but evidently caught the corner. 3-1. Nobody really being held on the bags besides Rother. The third baseman, Wedenhall, is close-ish to the bag, but he's not holding on Sorelli. Nunez is off of first. 3-1 pitch. Swung on and popped in the air, and that's going to soar back out of play. So the count is going to be full once again, and we are going to have a big-time pitch. Bases loaded, full count. Fields has thrown a bunch of pitches in this first inning, to say the least. This next one is going to be pitch number 35 of the first inning for Reese Fields. Jared Sweeney trying to find a way to make him pay. Fields with a long look in, settles into the glove. 3-2 pitch. Swung on, hit in the air down the left field line. It's going to go foul, not out of play, but well foul. So we'll stick around to see another. Nakamura standing on deck. In the hole would be David Bermudez. Big pitch coming. Sweeney stands in. Infield kind of shifted towards the holes. 3-2 pitch. Swung on, hit into right field. It's into shallow right, but coming on to make the running catch is Andrew Terrell. So Sweeney gave him a battle, but how about that? Reese Fields throws 36 pitches, but is able to work around with just 1 run coming across. So that'll end the minor half of the first. It was a long first inning, a first inning that lasted 45 minutes total. We'll head to the top of the second. Pride 2, Miners 1. We'll be back here from Herman Brothers Field in just a few moments. We get ready to start the top of the second here at Herman Brothers Field in Palmer, Alaska, as stepping to the plate is going to be Jordan Thurman, the left fielder. Pride sent 8 to the plate in their half of the first. Miners sent 7. It was very similar, eerily similar first innings, with one notable exception. The Pride were able to get a hit by pitch, the Miners weren't. And that helped them bring across their second run as we sit 2-1. Tucker back to work as he goes 1-1 in the count on Jordan Thurman, the left fielder. Thurman plays his college baseball at the University of South Carolina, Sumter. As he squares the bunt here, pulled back late, didn't offer. He's already squared a couple of times. Sweeney now playing on the grass. 2-1 on Jordan Thurman. It'll be Thurman, Blancato, Terrell here in the Pride half of the second. 2-1 is upstairs, and Tucker is in real danger of his fourth walk of the night. He's just had a problem with the command so far. Just one hit. He winds and delivers. 3-1 pitch is a fastball, strike number 2. Tucker already on the day is up to 40 pitches. As this ball is swung on, hit in the air, center field, pretty much right at the center fielder, Tyler Wilson. He'll back up a couple of steps and squeeze it. It's out number 1 here in the second. Rain's starting to become more than just a little bit of drizzle. It's a little steadier now, as fans are preparing their umbrellas and other items to shade them from the rain. Sam Blancato, who struck out to lead off the ball game, back up for his second time in the top of the second as he watches ball 1. Yeah, there was not a lot of rain in the forecast earlier today, but it is certainly improved in the forecast, or I shouldn't say improved, as the rain has popped up. It is now sitting at 66% chance through 7 o'clock, 52 through 8 o'clock, 37 through 9 o'clock. Earlier today, it had nothing slated for 7, 8, or 9. So that pitch is in the dirt. Ball number 2. 2-1. Tucker getting the start today. Hasn't pitched in a number of days, and he'll be lined up to pitch at least one more regular season game as this pitch sails over the glove of Nakamura, and again, another 3-1 count. This is the 5th 3-1 count that Wyatt Tucker has gotten into. If you do it by 5 days, a traditional 5-man rotation, obviously the Miners don't have that, but if you went by that, his next start would come in line against the Pilots on July 27th as this ball is tapped back to the mound hard, but Tucker able to field it out number 2. It's a 1-3 ground out, and now stepping to the plate is going to be Andrew Terrell, who made the catch to end the bottom of the first inning on a running grab. His first time to the plate, he walked and scored. Terrell, the right fielder from Appalachian State, stepping in. First pitch from Wyatt Tucker to him is a breaking ball for ball number 1. Yeah, Kevin Nakamura is behind the plate, so Sam Thompson's done after a half an inning. Not sure what went on there, but no longer in the game. 1-0 pitch. Swung on, hit in the air down the right field line, but that's foul. 1-1. Tucker standing back at the set. Here it is, and it's low in the dirt, so 2-1. Tucker nearing 50 pitches already on his night. Be interesting to see how long of a leash he'll get. Real feel right now in Palmer sits at 59 degrees. It is a chillier night. This pitch is tapped up the third baseline foul, so it'll go 2-2. Not another 3-1 count. The other game in the ABL, the aforementioned Bucs Chinooks game, does not start till 7 p.m., so This game will probably be done by the time that game is starting to wrap up, so Miners can at least follow it a little bit as that ball is fouled away. It's going to be 2-2. Peninsula Oilers, big series as well against the Glacier Pilots. Peninsula Oilers sit 2 back of the Bucs, and they need wins as this ball shot back up the middle and past the diving Holden Breeze into right center. A big turnaround first for Terrell. It's his second trip to the bags in as many tries. A single, and 2 outs now. Stepping to the plate with the runner on first is going to be Hayden Cross. Cross singled. The only other hit for the Pride back in the first. Tucker wants a new ball now. He'll toss it over. And we'll get back to baseball. Cross singled to right, which moved Terrell over to third. He also scored a run on a walk. Terrell took off a bunch of times last inning. He's taken off here. Throw down to second base. Not in time. Terrell swipes second base for his second stolen base of the game. Terrell's got really good speed. Went first pitch there. That was easy pickings. So now a runner in scoring position here with 2 outs. Hayden Cross is going to have an opportunity. Tucker with a long look in. He'll check Terrell at second, and the pitch is a fastball just off the plate. Ball number 2. 2-0. Standing on deck is the first baseman, Scotty Lee. As Tuck looks at the runner out at second, checks him again. Here it is. And it swung on and popped in the air. Foul ground. Long run. Jared Sweeney still going. And that ball is going to get foul. And Sweeney probably could have made the grab, but he couldn't find it. It is an overcast day here at Herman Brothers Field, and I think that ball may have just blended in with the sky a little bit. Sweeney kind of threw his hands up at the end as if he thought it was out of play, and it landed right next to him, so he was unable to locate it. Anyhow, it is a strike on the foul ball, 2-1. Hope that wouldn't come around to hurt the Miners, because that ball was catchable. Obviously, nothing Sweeney could do, as he couldn't really see it. 2-1 pitch. Fastball called strike number 2. Cross did not like the call, but he can't do anything about it as it's strike number 2. He stands back in. From the left side, Nunez has him shaded pretty much straight away. Wilson straight away. More towards the left field line is Aaron Walters. 2-2 pitch off the plate. So he missed, and it's gone full. Full count. Terrell does not have a runner behind him to force him over to third. Could still take off, but it would be kind of interesting to see if he did take off. 3-2. Here's the pitch. As it swung on, it hit down the left field line, but that's going to drift foul. So we'll do it again on 3-2. Tucker on the day is now over 50 pitches. He sits at at 52, and he still needs another out here in the second. As he stands at the set, the 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball just off the plate. He barely missed. 4th walk of the game for Tucker. And once again, the Piedmont Pride have activity on the sacks. 2 on, 2 out. Scotty Lee, the first baseman, stepping to the plate. This Pride team has now sent up 13 batters, Scotty Lee being the 13th in just 1 2/3 innings. The Miners have gotten just 5 outs. As there's a fastball for strike 1. Tucker going ahead. he struggled today to get ahead, so good to see him at least getting ahead there. So he's back to the rubber. Scotty Lee, the first baseman from Mars Hill College, 6'2", 200 pounds, from Belmont, North Carolina. That ball's in the dirt. Nakamura stuttered and is not going to get any outs. Terrell moving up to third. I don't know if he would have had him anyway, but he kind of froze. Wasn't sure where to throw it. Both runners move up. It's going to go down as a wild pitch. So second and third now, and a 1-1 count to Scotty Lee. As this pitch is swung on, hit in the air, shallow down the left field line. On the move, Walters still coming on, and it's going to drop in between him, Bermudez, and Sweeney. Another ball hit down that left field line that the Miners just have had problems with. So it drops harmlessly foul, and it'll go to 1-2. Just a bad break all around there. A couple of balls that maybe could have been caught. Tucker thought he might have been able to get out of the inning. Instead, it's going to be 1-2. David Bermudez playing way towards the hole. That's short. I mean, there is a ton of real estate up the middle for Scotty Lee. Anything towards the hole, Miners got a shot at. Here's the 1-2. Inside, breaking ball, and he got him on strikes. So he comes with the slider, and Tucker finally puts away the Pride here in the second. So the Pride threaten, but do not score. So we'll head to the bottom of the second. The Miners coming to the plate. It's going to be 8-9-1. Nakamura, Bermudez, top of the order in Holden Breeze. So until then, we'll take a short break here from Herman Brothers Field, and we'll be back in just a few moments. We're back here at Herman Brothers Field as we start the bottom of the second inning, and back out to the mound for the Piedmont Pride is going to be the right-hander Reese Fields, who had major trouble in the first, walking 3 batters, but he ended up getting out of the inning with just 1 run allowed. So Fields will go back to work. 8-9-1 due up. Nakamura, Bermudez, Breeze in the order. Nakamura took over in the bottom of the first for Sam Thompson, who came out for an undisclosed reason, as he'll step in to the plate now. Nakamura, right-hander, standing in. Nakamura started the year off red hot, but he's had a tough go of things as of late at the plate. Coming into the game, 194. Batter on the year, he's got a homer and 7 RBIs. Slightly open stance, bat on the shoulder. Strike 1 to Nakamura. Played at Whitman College. He's transferring over to Loyola Marymount next spring. Fields winds. 0-1 pitch. Swung on, jam shot into right field. That ball is going to drop. So a cue shot down the right field line for Kevin Nakamura. But hey, whatever works. He's got a leadoff single here to start the bottom of the second. A good swing. Just got jammed up on it, but perfect spot, like I said, and that's all you need. So now David Bermudez coming to the plate. Could see maybe a sack bunt here to move him over. Bermudez yesterday, or actually a couple of games ago against the Anchorage Glacier Pilots in a 3-0 win on Monday, knocked in a run with an RBI single. Field setting. Here's the pitch. Nakamura taking off for second, and that ball's hit in between second and third into left field. Ball put right in the hole at short, and the shortstop, Tyler Baker, wasn't near that area. Wasn't hit all that hard, but there was no shot for the Pride to get it. It's back-to-back singles for the bottom of the order here to start the second. Now Holden Breeze is going to get an opportunity. David Bermudez loves swinging at that first pitch, and he got one there. Bermudez, who struggled with the bat for most of the year, is starting to maybe get it together at the plate. Breeze standing in. Righty on righty. We haven't seen Holden Breeze try to get a sack bunt yet, and this is exactly what he'll do, and it's perfect. Up the third base line, fielded, throw to first, not in time! Holden Breeze, how about that hustle? Up the line, and it's going to be a bunt single for Breeze. The bases are loaded, and nobody is out.
Bases loaded. Next up for the Miners.
How about that?
44.
As I said, Holden Breeze hasn't laid down a bunt yet this year. He lays down a beauty down the third baseline. The third baseman, Whitenhall, fielded it, but it wasn't in time. Breeze with a ton of speed up the line. He'll take that. And the bases are loaded for 2, 3, and 4 due up in the minor order. I mean, if you want a dream scenario right now for scoring runs, it's right here. Tyler Wilson, who walked his first time up, stepping in. First pitch to him, breaking ball, strike number 1. Wilson, like we said, coming in even 250. Drew 7th walk of the year. Back in the first. Rain has subsided a little bit. Might be just a slight drizzle now. It's been very on and off, as is Alaska weather in general. Can never really tell if it's actually going to rain where you're at. As this ball's hit right back up the middle into center field. Nakamura scores. Bermudez being waved around. He'll score. It's a 2-run single for Tyler Wilson. Wilson knocking in those runs, and the Miners retake, or actually take the lead for the first time today. It's 3-2. Still no one out here in the first. In the second, rather. RBI single, 2 RBI single for Tyler Wilson, plating the runners Nakamura and David Bermudez. So the bottom of the lineup kick starts it all, and it comes around. So 2 on, Sorelli at the plate. We've seen him try to bunt this year. He'll have an opportunity to if he wants to, first and second. As that pitch is low for ball 1. 4 straight singles here for the Miners. Sorelli, 26 walks combined now if you count league and non-league games on the year. Looking to maybe put Wood to ball here. 1-1 or 1-0 count. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Got him with the breaking ball. 1-1. Still a pretty light crowd on hand at Herman Brothers Field. To be expected. Non-league game. It's not the warmest. There was some rain in the forecast. So, hoping tomorrow brings a bigger crowd with better weather. Certainly. That's the count sits at 1-1 on Sorelli. That pitch is inside for ball number 2. Sorelli from Martinez, California, but plays his college baseball at St. John's, pretty much the exact opposite sides of the country, of the lower 48, at least. Alaska, obviously, the westernmost portion of the country besides Hawaii. 2-1 on Nick Sorelli. Stands in, looks to provide a spark as that pitch is low, and it's 3-1. Thank you to Cy Rother. I did not actually know that. The Anchorage Bucs did get postponed. Anchorage Bucs and Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks. Apparently Anchorage is getting a lot more rain than us right now. Hopefully that rain can hold off here. We're already playing. Might as well finish. 3-1 on Nick Sorelli. As he swings here and takes a big hack, but that's out of play. 3-2. Able to straighten that one out. He'll look to get it here. Terrell back in. It's a 3-2 count. Nobody out, but Breeze on second and Wilson over at first. Both have really good speed. Can see them maybe try to take off. Here's the pitch. And that's in the dirt for ball number 4. So another walk in. Bases are loaded now. Still nobody out. As now some throwing down in the Pride bullpen. And evidently the Anchorage Glacier Pilots are getting stuck with the same issue we had. First 2 games in Kenai have been rained out. So the Pilots and the Oilers will not play today. Couple of rainouts to start that trip. Kenai just rained so much. It was unavoidable. Hopefully they can find a way to get that series in as this ball is popped up into foul ground. A long run for the first baseman, but it's going to get out of play. Strike number 1 on Casey Rother, who knocked in a run with an infield single his last time up. This is tough sledding right now on the mound for Reese Fields. If a game somehow got postponed in Kenai tomorrow, I'm not even sure what they would do. So they're obviously going to have to play at least 2 doubleheaders. Hope maybe they can get in 1 tomorrow and 1 the next day like we did, as this pitch is swung on and fouled off the foot of Casey Rother. Strike 2. The Oilers still do have a game at the Glacier Pilots left on the schedule on July 28th. So maybe that's the time to get in. Maybe you play a doubleheader just in Anchorage. But certainly not ideal, especially this late in the ABL season. Breeze off a third, Wilson off a second, Sorelli off a first. Still nobody out. This has been a long game so far. That pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. Yeah, 7-10. We're going on an hour and 10 minutes with nobody out in the bottom of the second. So this is, I gotta say, this is definitely our longest game through an inning and a half plus on the year. There's games tomorrow in Kenai. Slated for 4 and 7 p.m. as getting into this is Rother, deep center. Nice catch by the center fielder Blancato going back. He's able to fire it in, but it will be a sac fly for Casey Rother. An excellent play by Sam Blancato to take away extra bases. Casey Rother with a little bit of a helmet tip out to Sam Blancato, who made a really nice play, but the Miners put another run on the board. It is 4-2. So Breeze around to score. Moving over to third is Wilson. Staying at first is Sorelli. First and third, just 1 out. Aaron Walters. Fields. Back to the set. First pitch is in the dirt and blocked. A good block at that by the catcher Cross. It's 1-0. Walters standing in. He's looking to at least get that run home from third. Miners trying to break it open here rather quickly. 1-0. Swung on, hit in the air, right field. It's fairly deep. Going back on it is the right fielder, Terrell. He'll pull up right in front of the wall in the right field corner to make the catch. Moving over to second is Sorelli. Coming in to score is Tyler Wilson. So back-to-back productive out for the Miners. Thought that ball might get out of here for a second. But tracking it down is Terrell. It's 5-2 Miners. That's what you got to do. And this Miners team has gotten better and better at it as the year has gone on. Just getting productive outs, not having strikeouts or ground out or ground ball double plays. I mean, it's been more productive outs, and certainly Casey Rother and Aaron Walters helping that case out. Ricky Nunez into the plate. Runner on second, 2 away. 1-0 on Nunez from Riverside, California. Southern California guy. Standing in against a guy from the Deep South, Reese Fields. 1-0 on Nunez. Here it is, and it's off the plate for ball number 2. Nunez, even-keeled guy. One of my favorite minors on this team. I love all these guys. This is a very close-knit group, but Ricky Nunez is one of my favorites. Very quiet guy, very humble guy, and he's a good dude as he stands in and watches a ball there. So 3-0 on Ricky Nunez. He's also notorious on the team for he's never really been to cold weather. He's from Riverside, California. That's Southern California, and he hasn't really left the warm much in his life. And I remember on that Kenai trip, he told me it was maybe the coldest he's ever been, as there is a strike on the outside corner, 3-1. 3-1 on Nunez. Maybe create some magic with that bat. Here's the pitch as it swung on and missed. Actually tipped into the mitt. So Nunez behind after a couple, to say the least, balls. He was up 3-0. Now he's in a full count. Really off of second base. On deck, Jared Sweeney. Miners have a chance to bat around if Nunez can get aboard here. Long look in for Fields, who's had such tough sledding so far. As he steps off the mound, and jogging out to the mound to have a conference with him is catcher Hayden Cross. Fields now on the day sits at 60 pitches even. 1 out to go here in the second. That ball hit by Aaron Walters. I really thought it was going to get out. He got under it. He didn't immediately think right away it was that deep. But that ball kept carrying and pulling up right in front of the wall in the corner. Was Andrew Terrell to make that grab. So 3-2 again on Nunez. Staring in is Fields. Long look in. He's still holding that ball behind his back. And now Nunez calls for time. Goes back in. We'll see if there is a pitch here. Something's got to give. It's 3-2. Here it comes. As it swung on and tapped slowly out to short. Baker on the charge. Going to be a tough play. Throw to first. Not in time. And it was in the dirt anyway. That's going to be an infield hit for Ricky Nunez. He was probably going to beat that out regardless. The throw was short. And actually coming off the bag was Lee. Just to block it. So Nunez aboard. And now the 9th man to bat in the inning is Jared Sweeney, who flew out to right field. Thought he might have had a chance at an RBI single earlier. But on the move was Terrell able to make the catch. And now there is another meeting at the mound, and you got to think that the day may be coming to a close for Reese Fields. Meeting on the mound, and indeed, Reese Fields is done. So he'll exit. He can't make it through the second inning. We're going to have a pitching change here at Herman Brothers Field. We'll tell you about the new arm when we come back here from Palmer in just a short break. We have a new pitcher on here from Herman Brothers Field, as it's left-hander Levi Parker from Columbia International University, a native of Chapin, South Carolina, on to face Jared Sweeney, who bats from the right side for the first time today. First pitch is a called strike. So Fields unable to make it out of the inning. He throws 60-plus innings, or 60-plus pitches. 60-plus innings would be kind of crazy, right, as he made it just 5 outs into the game. Breaking ball there. Ball 1 to Sweeney. Sweeney, as aforementioned, flew out to right field. His first trip up. Nakamura stands on deck. He started the party with a leadoff single. Left-hander Parker at the set. Terrell off of third. Off of first, Nunez. As that pitch is way inside and almost hit Jared Sweeney. It'll be 2-1. Certainly some rain in the forecast as Anchorage is rained out, so we'll see. To be determined whether this game is going to continue without any more looming rain. 2-1. Here it is. Swung on and hit down the left field line. That ball's deep, and that ball is going to hop off the wall on a bounce. In to score is Sorelli. Motoring to third is Ricky Nunez. It's an RBI double for Jared Sweeney as he smashed that one down the left field line. 6-2 Miners. Ball was scorched. Sweeney gets the extra base hit, just his first extra base hit all year. A scorching RBI double. The Miners with a 5 spot here in the second inning. It's 6-2. Nakamura on. Still just 2 outs and runners on second and third. Started this whole party with a jam shot single. First pitch to Nakamura is swung on and rolled foul up the third base line. 6-2. No activity in the minor pen, so appears they're going to stick with Wyatt Tucker, at least for the meantime, but he's had a long downtime. Said how long the first inning went. Second inning right now is creeping up on the same amount of time. About 5 minutes less than the first inning as we continue, as this pitch is low and in the dirt, blocked. Ball number 1. Miners certainly brought their bats to the plate. 7 hits so far and just 5 outs recorded. Also drawn 4 walks. Nakamura back in. He's in a 1-1 count. Here's the pitch, and it's in the dirt for ball number 2. On deck, David Bermudez, who singled through the left side earlier. It started off inconspicuously. It was a cue shot, single to right, a slow roller through the left side, and then a bunt single by Holden Breeze, and Tyler Wilson really had the first hard hit ball of the game, or of the inning, I should say, back up the middle for a 2-run single. As Nakamura watches this one up and in, and he's 1 ball away from loading up the bases. He's the 10th batter of the inning. On deck would be David Bermudez, who's batter number 11 of the inning. This has been a marathon. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball called strike number 2. So it's going to be a full count here on Kevin Nakamura. 3-2. Levi Parker has a big out at the plate. If Nakamura could find a way to knock him in, I mean, this game could be out of reach already. 3-2 pitch. Swung on it hard down the left field line, but that's going to go foul. Actually hit off the wall. Down the left field line. That ball was inside. Nakamura hacking anyway. And absolutely smoked that one foul. 3-2 once again. Pitch number 7 of the at-bat coming. Parker, long look in. The Columbia University, or Columbia International University left-hander stands at the set. 3-2 pitch, and it's outside. Ball for a 7-pitch walk for Kevin Nakamura. He's aboard for the second time today, and now stepping to the plate is going to be shortstop David Bermudez. From Rider University, 1 for 1 on the day. He's already singled so far this inning. He stands in. First pitch, swing and a miss. He's behind on a fastball, 0-1. They were right by him, really brought the heat there. He's able to get that through. Bermudez back in. Here's the pitch, and it's way off the plate, so 1-1. Bermie able to work back into it. Nakamura over at first, runner at second, Sweeney over at third, Ricky Nunez. The Miners continue to pile on here in the second. Bermudez in a 1-1 count. East Brunswick, New Jersey native stands in. 1-1 pitch is inside and low. 2-1. I mean, this is getting dire out on the mound for the Pride. A lot of walks, a lot of hits for the Miners. They brought the bats to the plate. Holden Breeze stands on deck. Miners have sent 11 to the plate here in the second. At the set, Parker. Here's the pitch. Up and away. It's 3-1. Holden Breeze has a chance to get 3 at-bats in just 2 innings. That is called good offense, to say the least. Miners have done it in pretty much every variety besides the home run. Walks, singles, doubles. Here's the 3-1. Swung on, hit in the air into foul ground, and that's going to drift back out of play. So 3-2 coming. Runners will get a head start here. Holden Breeze, who stands in the on-deck circle, projecting maybe his craft at straightening the bat on his hamstring. I've never seen that, actually. Maybe a stretch of some sort. Perfecting the craft. 3-2 count. Parker stands at the set. The 6'3" right-hander on the pitch as it's swung on and hit deep down the left field line. Still going, and it's going to land foul. Just got to straighten it out. It'll be 3-2 again for Levi Parker and David Bermudez. As now this inning is officially longer than the first. We are at almost an hour and a half of game time, and we're not out of the second inning, folks. So stay with us. We've got a lot more baseball to come. 3-2. Bermudez, who has a home run on the year already. Parker stands at the set. Here it is. As it's swung on and grounded weakly up the first baseline, fielded by Lee. He'll go to the bag, and that'll end it here in the Miners' second. But not before a massive explosion offensively. They get 5 runs here in the bottom of the second, helped by a couple of sac flies by Rother and Walters, a 2-run single by Tyler Wilson, and an RBI double for Jared Sweeney. Wyatt Tucker will be back out for the Miners as we begin the third here from Herman Brothers Field. Stay tuned. We're back here from the Valley as we start the third inning of play. Miners 6, Pride 2. And Wyatt Tucker back out to the hill. He's going to face the Pride lineup, who's put a ton of guys to the plate, but just 2 runs so far. It'll be Abraham Mao, Ben Wedenhall, and Tyler Baker. 5, 6, 7 in the order, due up for Piedmont. Tucker doing his warm-up pitches off the mound right now as mound's being raked out. Looks like maybe Aaron Walters out there. Gotta get a shout out to whoever's doing it because they're doing God's work out there with the coat on. It's chilly. Doing a good job out there clearing up the mound. Tucker, too, he's showing some competitive fire throwing the ball off that grass, not even on the mound. Now it's done, and it's actually Christian Seahorse. Shout out to Christian Seahorse for raking out the mound as Tucker finally gets to throw off the elevated surface. He'll go to work against Abraham Mao, who stands in the on-deck circle. Mao's first time to the plate, he walked and reached third, being moved around in that first inning, but was unable to score. Long middle of the inning and a long game. We've reached 7:30 local time here in Alaska. It has certainly been a long game, to say the least. We'd like to shout out the official sponsor of 2021 Matsu Miners Baseball, Pacific Northwest Regional Council of Carpenters and Carpenters Union, Local 1281. Thank you guys for your continued support, and you picked a good year to sponsor Miners Baseball. 23-9, one of the best starts in team history. Miners have a chance to make their own history. First seed in the ABL playoffs as well as an ABL regular season title firmly in Matsu's sights as we go to work here to begin the top of the third, and the first pitch is a fastball right down Broadway, strike number 1 for Wyatt Tucker. He's dealt with command issues so far, 4 walks through 2+ as he goes 1-1 here. He's got as good as stuff as anyone, but looks to maybe find a little bit more control as that pitch is spiked 2-1. Tucker winds. Here's the Aggies 2-1, and it's a swinging strike up in the zone. That's about as good of a pitch as you'll see from Wyatt Tucker. That elevated fastball has got late life to it and really bursts into the glove, reaching over 90 miles per hour. So that pitch is outside, 3-2. Rather, 2-2. Here's the pitch. And it's low. So it was 3-2. Scoreboard had it wrong. It's ball 4, 5th walk of the game for Wyatt Tucker, and Abraham Mao is the first one to reach here in the Pride half of the third inning. And now it's going to be Ben Wedenhall, whose first trip to the plate, first pitch he saw, he was drilled by. So looking to reach again, maybe not by getting hit by a pitch that obviously doesn't feel good, and it was a fastball from Tucker that drilled him, so that certainly did not feel good. 1 on, none out. Mao off of first. First offering his fastball a little bit outside. Ball number 1. Wedenhall playing third base today for this Pride lineup. Wedenhall also plays his college baseball at the College of Charleston. Just finished up his junior year there at the College of Charleston in South Carolina. 1-0 pitch is swung on and grounded over to second. Breeze, Bermudez on to Sorelli. 4-6-3, roll it up, double play. That was about as conventional as it gets. Hit right at Breeze, who was shaded up the middle. Able to flip to Bermudez, over to Sorelli. A high five between Breeze and Bermudez as the twin killing represents outs number 1 and 2 here in the third. It'll now be Tyler Baker, who walked in a run his first trip up. First pitch to him misses away. Ball 1. First double play by either side today. Miners lately have been grounding into more double plays than they're used to, but the winning hasn't really stopped, so, I mean, it's not that big of an issue as it's gone 2-0 here on Tyler Baker. Standing in. Slightly open stance. He's got those low stirrup style pants on as that pitches a ball, so it's gone 3-0. It's interesting, actually. You rarely see those anymore. It's the shorter pants about up to the shin level with the sock and then the stirrup over top of it. You rarely see that anymore. More commonplace back in the 70s, 80s, 90s. Not really anymore, as there's a 4-pitch walk and another walk for Wyatt Tucker as he's really struggling right now to throw strikes.
Now batting number 2, Cody Trujillo.
Cody Trujillo, second baseman coming to the plate. Trujillo, where's number 2? Bats from that right side. First pitch to Trujillo is a fastball for strike number 1 at the knees. So Tucker goes a little bit ahead. Over at first is the runner Baker. A couple walks on the day. Baker's a pretty athletic guy. Could see him maybe take off. Here's the pitch. Swung on and grounded over to third and just past Jared Sweeney and David Bermudez into left field. So it's a ground ball hit pretty hard and found the perfect spot. It's a base hit for Cody Trujillo, his first hit on the day. And now 2 on, 2 out, Jordan Thurman, the left fielder, coming to the plate. Thurman started off the second inning with a fly out to Tyler Wilson in center field. He'll look for more success here. Thurman stepping in, who plays his college baseball at USC Sumter, University of South Carolina Sumter. So branch campus. He's a Rock Hill, South Carolina native right near Piedmont as this ball is swung on, hit in the air, pretty deep down the left field line over to get his Walters crossing into foul territory. He'll make the catch, and the threat is ended here in the Pride half of the third. So they get 3 runners on. 1's wiped out by a double play, and then 2 are stranded. Tucker gets through the third inning, just 2 runs so far. So it's 6-2 Miners as we'll head to the bottom of the third. Stay here, and we'll be right back here from Herman Brothers Field.
Through the top of the third, the score.
Midnight City by N83 blasting through the loudspeakers as we begin the bottom of the third, and it's going to be Holden Breeze's third trip to the plate. Breeze, last time up, had a bunt single, a beautiful bunt up the line that he was able to beat out the first and load the bases with nobody out. Kick-started a 5-run Miners second. We get a chance here as he watches strike number 1. Miners lead 6-2 here. And after that big inning, they're going to look to add on even more. Back out for the Pride is going to be their left-hander, Levi Parker, as this ball shot deep into left center field, and that ball's going to get down. Motoring into second is Breeze. Big turnaround second. He'll stay there. It's a leadoff double for Holden Breeze. He's got a single and a double on the day. Now laying out for that in left field was Jordan Thurman, but just unable to get to it. So Bree is able to make it to second. Nobody out. Tyler Wilson, who had a 2-run single his last trip to the plate, already been aboard twice with a walk and a single, comes to the plate, batting from the right side for the first time. Grand Canyon University product. As there's some movement down in the minor pen. Looks like a right-hander standing up and beginning to loosen. Actually looks like it might be Tyler Wozner as this ball shot back up the middle. Nice play by the second baseman and Cody Trujillo as he fields it on a big hop, goes to first. 4-3 ground out. Another hard hit ball by Tyler Wilson, but unable to get that past Trujillo. So 1 out, and now it's going to be Nick Sorelli, the first baseman, who's walked a couple of times. And why wouldn't he walk? That's all he does, seemingly. Besides that, and hit home runs. Gets on base any way he can, and he's one of the most valuable bats in the league for a reason. Lefty-on-lefty matchup. Right side of the infield is back, but the shortstop Baker and the third baseman Wedenhall are fairly in. Interesting defensive alignment as Sorelli watches ball 1. Casey Rother stands on deck. Already a couple of RBIs to Rother's tally today. Had an RBI single and a sac fly. As that pitch is way off the plate again, ball number 2. Parker going behind on Sorelli, who obviously loves to walk, but we know how well he can hit the stick. 2-0 count. 5 homers on the year. Can he make it 6? Here's the pitch. And it's a little up and a little in. 3-0 on Sorelli. We'll see if he hacks. And he's not gonna, as that ball's inside. It's the 3rd walk of the ball game for Nick Sorelli, and I think you can say that this is probably his best game at walking. He hasn't had a 3-walk game all year. This is his first as he jogs down to first, and it's gonna be 1st and 3rd with just 1 out. Stepping to the plate next is going to be Casey Rother. 1st and 3rd, Rother looking to knock in some more runs. Breaking ball there just off the plate for ball number 1. No batting gloves again for Rother. That's his signature. The one game he did wear batting gloves, he didn't have the best of games, so he banded them, and it started to work. It's really clicking for Rother, who saw his average drop after just such a hot start. I mean, it was to be expected that he would have some type of drop-off because he was batting about 400 through the first 3 weeks of the year, but he's really picked it up, back over 300 and hitting a lot of balls really hard. He's gone 1-1 in the count. Sorelli off of 1st. Off of 3rd is Holden Breeze. Here's the pitch, and it's in the dirt, and it's going to get through the wickets of the catcher, Hayden Cross, and sprinting to the plate to cross for the Miners' 7th run of the ball game is going to be Holden Breeze. It's a wild pitch, 7-2 Miners. That was about as easy as it gets. The Miners get basically a free run there. Moving up to 2nd is Nick Sorelli. And now a meeting at the mound as the Pride manager out of the dugout, and he's looking to maybe not get this game any worse than it already is, as there's now some more stirring in the Pride bullpen. They don't have that many arms here, and it appears we're going to get a pitching change. So we're going to step aside for just a moment and tell you about the new arm as he jogs in from the bullpen. We'll be back here from Herman Brothers Field in just a few moments. We got a new pitcher on here at Herman Brothers Field. It is a right-hander from Charleston Southern. Seth Owens, number 26, on to pitch as there is a ball to Casey Rother, and now it's 3-1. So substitution mid-at-bat, interestingly enough. And Rother now going 3-1 in the count. 3-1 pitch. On the way, it's swung on and fouled away, so it's going to be 3-2. Terrell off a second in this full count. Owens, the sidewinder, looking to find a way out of this inning. Here's the pitch, and it's low for ball number 4. So that walk will move Rother over. And now stepping to the plate for the Miners is going to be Aaron Walters, who had a sac fly his last time up.
Aaron Walters.
Walters' third trip to the plate, 0 for 1 with that sac fly and an RBI. Walters standing in from the left side, trying to create some more magic as that pitch is off the plate for ball number 1. Walters, Angelo State Ram Division II All-American this spring, former Texas A&M Aggie transfer. It appears that right-hander warming up in the Miner bullpen is none other than the newest Miner, Tyler Wozner, as this ball shot into center field, coming on hard to make the catch. Leading out Sam Blancato to make that catch. A nice play. 2 away. Taken away. And single from Aaron Walters. And now we're going to get Ricky Nunez to the plate. Nunez been aboard a couple of times. Walk and a single. Both times he came up with 2 outs. So he's got a chance right now to get on base for the 3rd time of the game with 2 outs. Nunez standing in 1 for 1. Here's the pitch. And it's low and in. Good block by the catcher Hayden Cross. Ball 1. And Tyler Wozner, the newest Miner right-hander, wearing number 34. They've had some injuries down in that bullpen and really the starting rotation as well. So new arm, hopefully get to see him. As that ball is inside to Nunez, it's going to squirt away from the catcher Cross. Moving up to 3rd is going to be Nick Sorelli. So he advances on the passed ball. That was most certainly a pass ball. Still 2 outs. Runners on the corners. Staying at first, though, was Rother. He did not take off. Nunez 2-0. Way ahead, we could see Ricky hack for the hills. Rother taking off now as this ball is hit into right field, going back on his Terrell, long way, it's over his head. In to score, Sorelli coming around, getting the way of Rother. He's going to score. It's a 2-run double. Ricky Nunez. Give me a multi-hit day along with the walk, and it makes it 9-2 Miners. He was hacking there. That ball was hit really hard and just kept flying in the air. It's a 2-run double. Ricky Nunez, good for him. Rother was taking off on the pitch, and he scored rather easily. Maybe not taking off, he might have been thrown out easier. But it is now 9-2. Runner taking off here for 3rd. Nunez caught in between. He steals 3rd, and the throw gets into left field. He'll come around and score, and it's 10-2 Miners. My goodness, they are pouring it on here in the Valley. Ricky Nunez swipes 3rd and gets home on an error. So about as easy as it gets there, 10-2. Nunez just finding ways to be productive. 1-0 on Jared Sweeney. Miners 10 runs on 9 hits, no errors. The Pride, 2 runs on 3 hits, 2 errors. This ball is popped up into foul ground, back out of play. Sweeney's last time up, RBI double. Miners just breaking this game open. 1 in the first, 5 in the second, 4 in the third. Here's the pitch. Outside corner, strike 3. Rung up on strikes is Jared Sweeney. So finally navigating out of the inning is the right-hander out of the reliever, or out of the bullpen. The reliever Seth Owens able to navigate, and that'll end the third. So after 3 innings of play here in Palmer, Alaska, it's Miners 10, Pride 2. We'll head to the 4th. Stay here on YouTube as we continue the action today back on the mound, or rather, we may have a new arm on the mound, so stay tuned. New pitcher on in the Valley, as on for his first appearance is right-hander Tyler Wozner. He'll replace Wyatt Tucker, whose day is done after 3 innings. He gave up 2 runs, but kept him in the game, and obviously the offense has really picked this team up. 10-2 lead, they're up 8. So Tyler Wozner from Central Arizona Community College just finished his freshman year at Central Arizona from Phoenix, Arizona. He's on to pitch, wearing number 33, 6'4", 230 pounds. He won 7 games for Central Arizona this spring as he goes to work against this Pride lineup. And stepping to the plate, top of the order, Sam Blancato to face him. Blancato behind 0-1, as going ahead is Wozner. 0-1 pitch is up, ball 1. He's only been here a couple days, but like we said, the Miners really need a lot of bullpen help given the amount of guys that have gone down. And look, the guys that have been here have pitched great, actually. It's just they need a little bit more depth to get them to the finish line. Wozner can really provide that, as it's now gone 1-2 in the count. Blancato 0-2. Struck out swinging, grounded out to right back to the pitcher, actually. Tucker hit it hard, but right back at it. 1-2 pitch. Just off the outside corner. Thought he might have rung him up. Instead, it's 2-2. He's a big kid out there on the mound. Here's the 2-2. Outside corner, strike 3. Ring up Sam Blancato. The first strikeout in a Miner uniform for Tyler Wozner. It's a strikeout for the first out of the inning here in the 4th. So Wozner gets about the best start you can get in a Miner uniform. Looking strike on the outside edge. And that'll be Andrew Terrell. Miners haven't been able to get out. 1-for-1 with the walk. As he swings here, and it's a little blooper into right center field, and they still can't get him out. It's a bloop hit for Andrew Terrell. His 3rd time to base today. He's been really effective. And now it's going to be Hayden Cross, who also has not been retired on the day. Also a single and a walk. I mean, although they've only put 2 runs on the board and 4 hits as we play here in the 4th, I mean, they've had runners every single inning. Scored a couple of runs in the first, loaded up the bases with 2 outs. In the second, they were unable to score any runs, but they sent 5 to the plate. In the third, unable to score any runs again, but they sent 5 to the plate as well. So Hayden Cross going to get a chance with one out as that pitch is outside corner for a ball. 1-0. Hayden Cross, the catcher from Appalachian State, haven't been able to get out of these Appalachian State Mountaineers as this ball is socked deep right field, going back Nunez, and that ball is gone. An absolute hammer job by Hayden Cross as he cuts into the lead a little bit. It's 10-4 Miners. 2-run homer for Hayden Cross. And on the day for these Appalachian State Mountaineers, it's been 4 for 4 with 2 walks, a home run, and a couple of RBIs. They have been very good, to say the least, offensively. And now we're going to get Scotty Lee. First home run of the day, but it might be too little too late. It sits at 10-4. That pitch is up and away for ball number 1. Almost 2 hours already into this game as we sit in the top of the 4th. It has been a long one. Ball 1 to Lee. Here's the 1-0. Swung on and fouled away. So 1-1 in the count now. That pitch is a called strike, so now it is 1-2 in the count on the cleanup hitter, Scotty Lee. Here's the 1-2, and he struck him out with the breaking ball. Kind of shocked him on my words. I said struck him out. He struck him out. It's the second punch out of the day for Wozner. And 2 away, striding into the plate now is Abraham Mao. Mao on the day has been good as well. He hasn't been put out yet. Couple of walks already. So Wozner looks to be the first one to get him out as he delivers a called strike on a breaking ball. 0-1. Continues to be overcast. Actually, maybe a little bit more overcast than earlier. 0-1 pitch is up high, 1-1. Obviously, there's a lot of sunlight in Alaska, but the way the game this game is going, I mean, this game might end when this is dark. I haven't seen that yet as this ball is popped up, shallow right. Breeze heading out. He'll call for it, and he'll make the catch over the shoulder in short right field. So that'll end the 4th inning for the Pride, but they do get a 2-run home run off the bat of Hayden Cross. He goes deep to right field, and the Miners' lead shrinks from 8-6. It's 10-4 here at Herman Brothers Field. We'll take a short break. Stay tuned.
Piedmont Pride as number 32, Emmanuel.
We get another new arm, the 4th pitcher of the day for the Pride as we begin the bottom of the 4th inning. On the pitch is left-hander Emmanuel Johnson. Left-hander standing at 6 feet even, 200 pounds from Liberty University in Virginia. He is a Madison Heights, Virginia native. He's on to pitch here in the 4th. He'll face Nakamura Bermudez Breeze, the man who started that 5-run second for the Miners, all due up 1, 2, 3 in the order. So they've certainly gone through a lot of pitching, have the Piedmont Pride. This is their 4th pitcher already, maybe trying to get a couple innings each so they're available for their next game tomorrow against the Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks. Johnson takes the ball. The Miners haven't been blanked on the scoreboard in any inning yet. 1 in the first, 5 in the second, 4 in the third to take a 10-4 lead.
For the Miners here in the bottom of the 4th, number 4, Kevin Nakamura.
Nakamura stands at the plate. The catcher from Fife, Washington, will begin things here for the Miners in the 4th. That first pitch is low, ball 1 from Emmanuel Johnson. Certainly got a little bit colder too as well. Here at Herman Brothers Field, it is cooled off. It's probably high 50s right now. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Did not offer 2-0. Nakamura singled and scored back in the second, and also walked in the second. Had 2 at-bats as the Miners batted around. Get a chance here. 2-0 count. There's a strike on the inside corner. Two and 1. Johnson sets, here it comes, and that pitch is off the plate. So 3-1 on Nakamura, who looks to draw another walk. Hasn't walked a ton on the season, but he's got a chance at a multi-walk game. Nakamura just 3 walks on the year as he skies that pitch foul and back out of play. Yeah, this is slated, if this game goes a full 9, no mercy. I mean, it's a non-league game, could always be ended early, but if this game goes a full 9, this will be our longest game of the year. Most certainly. Johnson, 3-2 pitch, swung on and hit into left center field. That's going to drop. Nakamura around first, but he's going to stay there. How about a multi-hit night for Kevin Nakamura? A couple of singles and a walk. He's aboard here to lead off the Miner 4th. Putting a nice barrel to that pitch as he smoked that one into left center. David Bermudez, who comes in to this at-bat with a hit on the day. Bermy standing in. Looking to find some offense. Here's the first pitch, and it's a fastball for strike 1. A 1 for 2 day. He also batted twice in the second. Single, scored, and then grounded out to first to end the inning. Nakamura off of first. Standing in the on-deck circle is Holden Breeze. 0-1 pitch. Here it is. It's off the plate for ball number 1. Minor shortstop getting a chance for extended at-bats today as they've put up double digits in the first 3 innings. Johnson long set. He takes a lot of time in between pitches. And that pitch is off the plate, so it's gone 2-1. Johnson again stands at the set. Here's the pitch, and it's off the plate once again. 3-1. Interesting. The left fielder Jordan Thurmond is shaded pretty well towards the gap. I mean, anything down the line is easily, even if it's not hit hard, easily going to get Nakamura into third. 3-1 pitch on the way. Swung on and grounded to short slowly. They might have a chance at 2. There it is, the second over to first. Double play. Bermudez grounds into the double play. He has had his issues this year grinding into double plays. I believe that is his 6th on the year as he's wiped out. And all of a sudden, the Pride have a chance at a scoreless 4th with 2 outs and nobody on. That ball was just an unlucky spot for Bermudez. Hit it kind of near the spot he did last time, but this time the shortstop, Tyler Baker, was shaded that way and was able to turn it. So it's a ground into double play. Breeze, 2 for 3, single and a double. A couple more knocks for the cycle as he watches a breaking ball there, strike one. The two hardest ones to get, though, triple and home run. But, you know, we'll see. Standing at the set. 0-1 pitch is in the dirt, ball number 1. Also, I was having a heated debate earlier on whether the fact that Gatorade or Powerade is the better drink. So let me know on that if you'd like to. I'm gonna hold my answer. Actually, no, I might as well tell you. The better drink is Powerade. I will hold this near and dear. Better drink is Powerade. As that pitch is off the plate, yeah, but literally nothing beats blue or purple Powerade, in my opinion. I don't know why. Gatorade, like, it's good, but it tastes more like a sweet drink than anything else. It tastes almost like a pop to me compared to Powerade. Powerade's like more just straight, and I like it. I like my sports drinks like that. So that pitch is fouled away. So the count goes to 2-2 here on Holden Breeze. Thank all of you for listening. We've got a pretty good viewership on hand for today's game, even as we surpass 2 hours of game time. Thank you to all of you for sticking around, as right there, Holden Breeze is not going to be sticking around in the box. He's down swinging, so who would have thought? The Pride, after giving up a leadoff single, and Emmanuel Johnson gets 3-1 on David Bermudez. They end up getting a double play and a strikeout. That'll end things here in the 4th. So we'll head on to the 5th. Miners 10, Pride 4. We'll be back here from Herman Brothers Field in just a few moments.
Through 4, the score is 10-4.
So we have a new pitcher on to start the 5th, and it's Austin Robertson, the Wasilla, Alaska native right-hander, on to pitch for the Miners. Last appearance game in the Anchorage Adult League game. That was back on Saturday. Standing in is the right-handed bat of Ben Wedenhall, third baseman, looking to get on as there's strike one from Robertson. 0-1 pitch is tapped, foul. So count is going to sit at 0-2 on Ben Wedenhall. Robertson, right-hander from Northern State University, as previously said, from Wasilla, Alaska. Look to navigate here. 0-2 pitch from Robertson. And that pitch is way off the plate, spiked in the dirt outside of the left-handed batter's box. So, a waste pitch all the way, and it's 1-2. Be interesting to see when the Bucs and the Chinooks decide to make up their game. It's already been announced the Oilers and the Glacier Pilots will play doubleheaders both tomorrow and Friday as there's ball number 2. But the Bucs played the Chinooks a few more times. They were supposed to get the Chinooks today, obviously, on July 21st, but they were also supposed to get them in Chugiak on July 25th and July 27th. So I'm assuming it's going to be a doubleheader with both games coming in Chugiak. 3-2 now on Ben Wedenhall. Here's the pitch. Swung on and tapped up the middle slowly. Bermudez on the charge. Going to be a tough play, and he made it! Oh, what a play, David Bermudez. We know he's a great defender, ranging up the middle there, fielding all across his body almost, able to flip that out of his glove into his hand and throw out Wedenhall, and that's the first out here in the 5th. So to go 6-3 on the ground out, Bermudez making that spectacular play, and we got 1 out. Tyler Baker, the shortstop, who's walked his first couple of trips, striding in next. Here's the pitch as it swung on, hit in the air, right center field on the move. Nunez, and he'll run it down in the right center field alley. So 1 pitch, 1 out. Tyler Baker retired for the first time today. And now it's going to be Cody Trujillo. Trujillo's last trip to the plate yielded a base hit, but he was unable to come around as the next batter, Jordan Thurman, was retired on a foul out. 2 away. Austin Robertson with a chance for the Miners' first 1-2-3 inning out of the bullpen as this ball is scalded into right center field and smoked too soon as Tyler Wilson up with it. He gets it in quickly, and holding at second is Cody Trujillo. It's a 2-out double. First pitch swinging. Trujillo put good wood on that one, and not to be is the 1-2-3 innings as there's a runner on second and 2 away now for Jordan Thurman. Trujillo, good job getting good contact on that one, and even though it is a 6-run game, I mean, this is still not out of reach. Still got to be able to make the plays defensively and get the pitching. Robertson looks to throw up a 0 on the board, though. Thurman, couple of flyouts. First one to center, second one to left, although it did drift into foul territory. Walters made the catch. First pitch to Jordan Thurman, strike 1. Robertson gets by more in finesse than velocity. He comes with a bunch of different arm slots. He goes sidearm, almost submarine at sometimes, overhand 3/4. He really mixes it up, but he keeps hitters off balance doing it. Stands at the set, the 0-1. Breaking ball, grounded, foul down the third base line. Robertson, 0-2. Northern State right-hander. Got a chance to get Thurman out here. Miners have been able to throw up a couple of zeros already on the day on the scoreboard. It was 2 in the first, 2 in the fourth for this Piedmont Pride club. Robertson an 0-2 count, shaking off a couple of signs, and now time at the plate. Thurman going to get a chance to recollect himself. Yeah, it'll be a lost home game, I would assume, for those Anchorage Bucs, which kind of stinks for them, but obviously, you got to get those games in one way or another as this pitch is popped up into foul ground. Plenty playable. Sorelli just on the right side of the line, gloves it, and he'll make the catch in foul territory. So how about that? Austin Robertson working the scoreless 5th inning. So that'll end 4.5 here from Herman Brothers Field. It's Miners leading this game over the Piedmont Pride by a score of 10-2. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Miners coming to the plate 2-3-4. We'll be back here from Herman Brothers Field in just a few moments. we bring you back as we start the bottom of the 5th, and why not? Emmanuel Johnson back to the bump for the Piedmont Pride. He was able to work the first scoreless inning of the day for this Pride club in the 4th. Gave up a leadoff single, but was able to roll up a double play 6-4-3 and then struck out home breeze to end the inning. So now to lead off the 5th, Tyler Wilson.
For the Miners, number 44, Tyler Wilson.
Wilson, the center fielder from Grand Canyon, steps in. It's been a 2-for-3 day on his line so far. Where's number 44 batting for the right side? Actually, rather 1-for-2 day on his line so far. My apologies. He's walked. So he's been on twice. He walked, singled, and then grounded out sharply to second. Emmanuel Johnson, first pitch to Wilson is spiked right in front of the plate. Ball 1. Robertson, you'd assume, is coming back down for the 6th. No activity down in the minor bullpen. Guy on deck, Nick Sorelli, has put up a trifecta of walks. He's got a trio of walks, 3 of them on the day, so no at-bats for him yet, but way to boost that on-base percentage, I guess. Johnson standing set now. Here's the 1-0 pitch. As it's check swung at. Did he go around? No, he did not. So it's going to be 2-0 here on Tyler Wilson. Still some fans sticking around even through the rain and the cold. Obviously not ideal July 21st weather. Here's the pitch. Swung on and hit in the air, but foul. So 2-1, yeah. Clearly not mid-July weather, even for Alaska, but we're having that kind of summer, I guess. I've heard it's been a colder summer compared to normal, so you know, it's just, it is what it is sometimes. That's a good philosophy in life, honestly. It is what it is sometimes, as it's the 2-1 pitch, and it's going to miss. No, it's called a strike breaking ball, 2-2. You have 58 degrees right now in Palmer, so that could be the mountains as well, or it could be down here in the valley, but you never really know. The weather here is very ever-changing. 58 degrees, and there is a looming threat of rain in the forecast, specifically at 9 p.m., as there's a breaking ball for a ball, and it's gone full on Tyler Wilson. Miners wearing their home whites. They haven't really had to dive around too much, but they've certainly moved on the bases. 3-2 pitch to Tyler Wilson. Here it is. Swung on and hit back up the middle into center field. All this kid does is hit. The Grand Canyon University Lope, I believe it's the Antelopes, reaches first there on a single, back up the box. His second hit of the day, his 3rd time aboard today. And now we're going to see if Nick Sorelli can get the 4th walk to his line today. I mean, this is almost as impressive as like a cycle. I mean, you just don't see guys walking 3 times a game, as he's got a chance for his 4th. Sorelli said, well, might as well improve the on-base percentage today, which is already sky high, over 500, but it's improving it even more. Why not? First pitch to Sorelli, lefty-on-lefty matchup. That ball is low and away. 1-0. Emmanuel Johnson, the left-hander from Liberty, trying to work back-to-back scoreless innings, but already a looming threat on the bases. Tyler Wilson, who can swipe bases, stands over there. Here's the 1-0, and it's way off the plate with a breaking ball for ball number 2. And even more impressive, I think, for Sorelli is he's been able to work counts. It hasn't been just ball after ball after ball. Only his most recent walk was on 4 pitches. His previous 2 walks were in full counts. So he was working counts, got into a big pitch, was able to take ball 4. 2-0 to Sorelli. Here it is, and it's inside and it hit him. So we're not going to have the 4 walks. He doesn't like that one, as that ball has to hurt. Obviously not intentional from Johnson. It's the 4th time Nick Sorelli has reached base today, and he still doesn't have an at-bat. 3 walks and a hit by pitch, as now there's some loosening down the minor bullpen, so maybe it is an Austin Robertson in the 6th, as Casey Rother steps in 2-on, none out. Rother, the DH. He's been aboard a couple of times. First by an RBI single. Then he had a sac fly, which scored a run, and then walked and scored. So on the line for Casey Rother, give him a 1-for-1 day with a walk, a sac fly, and a couple RBIs. Also a run scored. Johnson stands at the set, and his first pitch is a swing and a miss. Rother behind on the fastball, 0-1. Marathon game continues. We are at a little over 2 hours and 20 minutes of game time today. Back out to the set is the left-hander Johnson. Stands in, long look, here it is. Up and away, 1-1. Miners the only ABL game in action today after a couple of rainouts, so they can't lose or gain any ground today after that Chinooks game got rained out. So we'll see what happens tomorrow because the Miners host the Bucs, who they lost to on Tuesday night here at Herman Brothers Field. So they are the only other game besides that doubleheader between the Oilers and the Pilots. The Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks, I believe, they do play tomorrow, but it is non-league game against this Pride team as it goes 2-1 on Rother. They do play tomorrow against this Pride team, but they're not going to be able to gain or lose any ground by their own doing. Or the Chinooks, the Miners, can determine their fate. If they win, that magic number is down to 3, and that would mean that the Miners, with the win, could clinch first as early as Saturday. Even with a loss, they could clinch as early as Saturday. But it would end up being a little bit easier on them. As that pitch is a breaking ball for ball number 3. Magic number is 4. And Miners have a prime opportunity. Going to Chugiak for a couple of games in a row. And how sweet would that be to clinch the ABL regular season title on Chugiak home field, who's in second? That would be something, wouldn't it? As it sits 3-1 on Rother. And that pitch is low and in the dirt. Runners were taking off, but it's not going to matter. It's ball 4, and the bases are loaded now with nobody out. Johnson really struggling with command right now. Giving up a single, hit by pitch, and now that walk. Walters, bases loaded, nobody out. And for a guy who hasn't reached yet today, struck out swinging, flew out to center, and had a sac fly with an RBI. This is a prime opportunity to reach base. He is actually the only Miner today to not reach first base. So he's got an opportunity, bases loaded, and nobody out. Miners on the day, 10 runs, 11 hits, no errors. For the Pride, it's been 4 runs on 6 hits, 2 errors. Walters in. First pitch to him. Off the outside edge for ball 1. 1-0 on Walters, who looks to reach base. You gotta think he wants in on the party. On deck, Ricky Nunez, who got into the party himself, to say the least. Single, double, walk. Also on the line for Ricky, a couple of RBIs. Here's the pitch. Up high, 2-0. Johnson missing. No activity down the Pride bullpen. They've already used 4 pitchers tonight. On their roster, their travel roster here, they've used up 4, obviously, of their designated pitchers. They also have Jared Sabo from Georgia Southern, who hasn't been used yet, as well as a couple other guys that both hit and pitch, as there's a strike to Walters, 2-1. Assuming Sabo is maybe the starter for tomorrow. 1 on Walters. Field playing moderately black on him, even with the sacks full. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball off the plate, ball number 3, and Wally is 1 ball away from walking in a run. This is becoming dire for Emmanuel Johnson. Miners looking to put up more on the scoreboard. No home runs for the Miners tonight. That's the one thing the Pride have on them. They do have a home run. As this ball is grounded back up the middle into center field. In to score is the runner coming around for the second run. Nick Sorelli, he'll score. It's a 2-run single. Aaron Walters, his first time on base and his third RBI of the game. It's 12-4 Miners.
Next to bat for the Miners, number 14.
Also forgot to mention, Patrick Donovan was actually pinch running for Tyler Wilson out there at third. He came in to score as well as Sorelli. So 2-run single. Aaron Walters, 12-4 as there's still nobody out. Stepping in is Nunez, who's got a couple of RBIs as well as a couple of hits and a walk. Been so good today for the Miners. First pitch to him is low and in for a ball. So not pulling the trigger on that one. 1-0. Off of second, Rother. Off of first, Walters. Here's the pitch, and it misses low. 2-0. Nunez way ahead in the count. He was in a 2-0 count last time where he slashed a double the opposite way. Looking to find a way to score more as now there's a meeting at the mound on a 2-0 count. And are we going to get a new pitcher? It looks like we are. So another substitution mid-batter, it appears, as coming on to get the left-hander Johnson is going to be the Pride manager. And we're going to have another pitching change here at Herman Brothers Field. So we're going to step aside while the new pitcher loosens, and we'll be back in just a few moments from the Valley. The new pitcher on for the Piedmont Pride is going to be a position player pitching, I guess. Justin Stewart from California University of Pennsylvania on to pitch now as he'll inherit first and second. First pitch swinging. Nunez hits it past the shortstop into left center field. That'll go down as probably an error. Around to score is Rother, and that'll make it 13-4. Ball was scalded, but definitely an error on the shortstop. So immediately greeted with a run is Justin Stewart. There's nothing you can do about it. It's been one hit after another for the Miners. Jared Sweeney, who struck out looking his last time up, strides in. Nunez will get credit for an error on that one, so his perfect streak offensively ends. Yeah, that ball by the shortstop, Tyler Baker. You got to make that play. Instead, coming all the way around to score is Rother. And it's 13-4. Still no one out. Sweeney looking to find his way aboard. Batting from the left side as that pitch is a ball. 1-0. Remember, the mercy is after 7 innings. So got at least another inning and a half to go after this ends. Here's the pitch. A little off for a ball. And it has to be 10 runs as well, so they've got to get to 10 runs. Head are the Miners, but with first and second, I mean, they've got all the chance in the world to do it. Sweeney back in. 2-0 count. Here it is. And it's low for ball 3. On deck, Kevin Nakamura. Sweeney 1 for 3 with an RBI double. As this ball is popped up, shallow center. This should be the first out of the inning, as coming on is Blancato. He'll squeeze it. It's the first out of the inning, as Sweeney unhappy with himself heading back to the dugout. 1 away. And it's going to be Kevin Nakamura.
Number 4, Kevin Nakamura.
Nakamura trying to find his way on. 2 on, 1 out for Kevin. So he watches the first pitch breaking ball in the dirt for ball number 1. Yeah, Justin Stewart, the pitcher on the mound, stands at 6'1", 185 from Butler, Pennsylvania. Not normally a pitcher, but he's in there today. Has pitched a little bit, actually, at the California University of Pennsylvania, as this ball is popped up. This will stay in play on the infield. The catcher, Hayden Cross, calling everybody off. Now at the last second, calling Cross off is Scotty Lee. He'll snag it, and there's 2 away. So a couple of quick outs. The Miners got to get it together if they want to get to that 10-run mark.
Number 3, David Bermudez.
Bermudez coming to the plate now. He grounded into a double play his last time up. Bermudez in. The runner at second. Form of Aaron Walters trying to come home. As there's ball number 1. As that pitch is way up and in, backing out of there is Bermudez. 2-0. Yeah, he had a jackknife out of the way there. Two and 0. Here's the pitch from Stewart. Outside corner. Maybe just missed. 3-0. Hasn't been a giveaway strike zone, even with the score being what it is for the home plate umpire. So he's been pretty consistent. As that pitch is a fastball that misses, ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk for for David Bermudez, as now striding into the plate is going to be the leadoff hitter, Holden Breeze. Breeze's last time to the plate, he struck out swinging. Got him on a breaking ball last time. Facing a new arm here. This is his 5th at-bat of the game in the 5th inning. This is turning into an offensive onslaught. Walters off of third. He would represent the 10-run go-ahead, as there's ball 1 to Holden Breeze. No more activity down the minor bullpen appears to have stopped. And now actually the minor bullpen throwing a football around down there. That's Alex Majors, Aaron Winkler, a couple other guys. As this ball's in the dirt, squirts away from the catcher Cross, but nobody's moving. It's ball 2. Good to see the guys having some fun. Obviously a non-league game. Kind of relax before this final stretch where the Miners will play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games in 8 days, including a doubleheader on Monday, July 26th. At the set, here it is, and is way off the plate, 3-0. Holden Breeze with a chance to knock in a run. Hasn't been able to knock in a run yet, but has a couple of hits. Also scored a run. Here's the pitch. There's a strike, actually. Count now is 2-2. Apparently, one of those ones was called a strike, so Breeze now in an even count. Long look in for Stewart as he sets now. Here's the pitch. Way off the plate, ball 3. So now it's a full count, bases loaded. Up 9. I don't think you really start the runners very fast. Bermudez off of first. Nunez off of second. Off of third, Walters. Stewart sets. Something's got to give. The 3-2. Swung on and fouled away. .37 here local time in Alaska. Long game to say the least. Getting kind of repetitive in saying that, but it's been about as long as it gets. .32. Here it comes once again. Swung on and grounded over to short. Big hop for the shortstop Baker. He'll go to first. And that'll end things here in the 5th for the Miners. But they get 3 more runs. It's an Aaron Walters 2-run single. And then an error by the Pride in the field brings across Casey Rother. So we'll head to the 6th. It's Miners 13, Pride 4. We'll be back here on YouTube from Herman Brothers Field in just a few moments. We begin the top of the 6th here from Herman Brothers Field, and back out for another inning of work is Austin Robertson. So the Alaska native staying back out there, and he'll get a chance to face this Pride lineup at least one more time. Stepping to the plate now for the Piedmont Pride, their leadoff hitter, center fielder Sam Blancato. So he'll lead it off top of the order. 1, 2, 3 in the order due up for the Pride. Pride have been able to hit the ball and get on base. They've been on base more than 10 times as Blancato squaring to bunt there, but it goes foul. But they've left a lot of runners on. Results in just 4 runs. So the Miners 13. Miners have scored in every inning but the 4th. 1 run in the 1st, 5 in the 2nd, 4 in the 3rd, none in the 4th, and then 3 in the 5th. 1 is off the plate. Ball number 1. Still some football throwing down there in the bullpen. Alex Majors recreating maybe his Randy Moss impression down there as that ball is swung on and fouled away. 1 and 2 here on Sam Blancato. Here's the pitch, way off the plate. 2 and 2, count is evened up. 2 and 2, here it comes. Swung on and rope jumping attempt by Holden Breeze, but it deflects off his glove into right field. Blancato's going for second. The throw in is not in time. Oh, baby. The right fielder, Nunez, fumbled with it a little bit in right field. By the time he picked it up, Blancato had made up his mind. He was booking it to second. The throw beat him there, but it was unable to be picked out of the dirt by Holden Breeze, or rather David Bermudez. So it's a leadoff double. Actually, a leadoff single with an error. Sam Blancato reaches. Andrew Terrell getting a shot at the plate. Here's the pitch. And that is a ball just off the plate. So So make it 1-0 on Andrew Terrell, who has not been retired yet today. The Appalachian State Mountaineer. A couple of singles, a couple of runs, as well as a walk. That pitch off the outside, 2-0. As now some throwing maybe down the minor pad. Looks like maybe Evan Wolf has picked up a baseball. 2-0. Robertson goes back to the set. Here it comes. On the outside edge at the knees. Strike number 1 for Robertson. This has been an offensive onslaught for the Miners. Here's the pitch. And that'll miss low. So 3-1. Also, Patrick Donovan took over in center field for Tyler Wilson, who is now out of the game. Coming on as a pinch runner in the 5th was Donovan. So I'm in center field yesterday against the Anchorage Bucs. This pitch is swung on and tapped down to third. Up with it is the third baseman, Sweeney, and the throw is in the dirt and by Sorelli. Coming around third is Blancato. He's going to hold up there. Interesting. So that's going to definitely be an error, a throwing error on Jared Sweeney, who's usually pretty reliable on the defensive front, but not there, as reaching is the runner Blancato. So second and third, still nobody out here in the Pride 6th. Aiden Cross coming to the plate next. As now we're going to have a balk by Austin Robertson. That's going to bring in a run. Robertson can't believe it. He didn't think he balked at all, but he did. And coming out to argue is going to be Tyler LeBrun, maybe asking for an explanation. Yeah, this should be interesting right here. LeBrun out there talking with the home plate umpire. Wasn't the friendliest of conversations, and now we'll go back. So it's a balk to score a run. Coming in is Blancato, and now it is a 8-run game. Don't see that often is the balk, as this pitch is swung on, hit in the air, right center field. Donovan backing up. He'll squeeze it, making the grab. Coming home to score is Andrew Terrell. So they finally get Hayden Cross out, but it's a productive out and won't even go down as an at-bat. It's a sacrifice fly. So that'll make it 13-6 now in favor of the Miners. This Pride offense will not go away, and now it's going to be Scotty Lee with the bases empty and 1 out. Lee on the day, a sacrifice fly, as well as a couple of swinging strikeouts. Lee stands in here against Robertson, who fires in ball 1. This Pride offense, they've certainly held up their end of the bargain, but the pitching has, to say the least, let them down a little bit, as this ball is tapped foul, 1-1. Lee, the first baseman, with Abraham Miles standing on deck, and then Ben Wedenhall in the hole. One 1 from Robertson. Swung on, check swing. That ball might actually hit him, but he was swinging at that. Came around, hit maybe the middle of the bat, and just fouled off. So it's going to be 1-2 on Scotty Lee. Robertson from the wind. Here it is. Off the outside edge, ball 2. 2-2 on Scotty Lee. As it is Evan Wolf Wheezy loosening in the bullpen. Here's the pitch. Thought about it. Did not offer. 3-2. Misses in the dirt away. now a full count on Scotty Lee. And he's going to walk down to first. So, behind in the count, he manages to fight back and get on via the base on balls. So now it's going to be Abraham Mao, 1 on, 1 out.
Now batting number 29, Abraham Mao.
Mao, on the day, only has 1 at bat. That was a fly ball to short right that was fielded by Holden Breeze. Also a couple of walks. So 0 for 1 on the day. Now has it come around to score any runs. Here's the pitch. Way off the plate. Good block, Nakamura. 1-0. Robertson's really scuffling out there on the mound right now. So Wolf, who's not really warming up the quickest, might not be on the radar. Maybe a few more batters as it goes 2-0. Robertson sets. Here's the 2-0. And it's up high 3-0. So he's really losing grasp of this inning. As standing on deck is going to be Wedenhall. 3-0 pitch. Here it is. Inside corner, strike 1. So he manages to get that one over. Still, he's way behind in the count at 3-1. 3-1, swung on, hit into shallow center field, but backing up for it is Holden Breeze. He'll make the catch. So Robertson able to battle back a little bit and get the fly out. 2 away, stepping to the plate, Ben Wedenhall. Wedenhall's day so far has been an 0 for 2. He also grounded into a double play and was hit by a pitch.
Sure to stop by for last call.
Hearing the PA announcer today, that's Sean in the other booth. You can maybe hear him a little bit, giving last call for concession stand burgers. So if you're at the game listening, we'll give you a burger. Minor Burgers the best. Minor Burgers are the best ones in the league. I've had burgers in Kenai. I've had burgers in Anchorage. I've had a burger in Chugiak. The Minor Burger is by far the best burger in the league. So if you can, I'd go down and get one as soon as you can, as this ball is flown out to center field. Donovan has him played perfectly, and that's a fly out here to end the top of the 6th. So the Miners give up a couple cross, helped out by a double and an error. So we'll head to the bottom of the 6th. It's Miners 13, Pride 6th. We'll be back here from Herman Brothers Field in just a few moments. Another inning, another new pitcher on the mound. This is getting about as repetitive as it gets, as Jordan Thurman, who is playing left field, is going to come on to pitch for the Piedmont Pride here in the 6th. So moving into left field is actually a pitcher. So we have a pitcher playing the field and a guy in the field pitching. So into left field is the pitcher, I assume tomorrow, Jared Szabo. So on to pitch, new arm, as Thurman goes to the set against Patrick Donovan, and his first pitch is a fastball off the plate for ball number 1. Thurman, a right-hander, comes to it again. That pitch is off the plate, a right-hander. Thurman from University of South Carolina Sumter. So getting a chance to pitch here. He's not listed as a pitcher, but he is pitching, so gotta acknowledge that. This pitch is a swing and a miss. And down 1-2 is Patrick Donovan. Stepping back in. Donovan in a 1-2 count. Here it is. Way up high. 2-2. Szabo out in left field. Don't really know how his range is, but he's getting a chance to play out there. This ball is swung on and missed, and how about that? Jordan Thurman straight out of left field with the strikeout. Down is Donovan, and there is one out here in the 6th. And now Nick Sorelli, who's 0 for 0, 0 for 0, but he's been on base 4 times, 3 walks and a hit by pitch. We'll see if he can continue that line right here. That first pitch there. It's in as Sorelli back into the box. Here's the pitch. Off for a ball. Miners trying to get at least 3 here. Bring out the mercy rule. Will remain to be seen. Obviously, a non-league contest. Maybe the teams agree to shorten it, but we'll see how this progresses. Sorelli ahead in the count, though. Here's the pitch. And it's low for a strike. Here comes the offering, and it's swung on and popped up into foul ground and back out of play. Sorelli way ahead. Shouldn't say way ahead, but he's got a chance now at walking. Sorelli standing back in. Here's the pitch from Thurman. Swing and a miss. So Sorelli down on strikes for the first time today. And how about this? On the pitch, Jordan Thurman, a couple of strikeouts here in the middle of the minor order to start the 6th. And now it'll be Casey Rother. Yeah, it's really gotten dark here at Herman Brothers Field. I mean, it is not very warm, to say the least, and it's gotten pretty dark out here too. Overcast as the game continues. Yeah, thank you to Jordan and Kobe in the comment section. Yeah, our screen was frozen as this ball is shot into left field, and that's a frozen rope single, and the ball is going to get by Szabo in left field. Rother moving around first. He'll motor into second with an error as the ball gets away from the infield again, but Thurman there to back it up. So it's going to go as a single and an error for Casey Rother. But thank you to Jordan and Kobe. Yeah, our screen sometimes freezes every now and again, as we hopefully now have gotten it corrected. And back on your screen is the action. Base hit for Rother with 2 outs. Aaron Walters into the box now. While he's trying to find his way aboard, his last time up was a 2-run single. So a pretty good trip to the plate. Wally, runner on second, 2 away. Thurman readjusting. And you can tell he's an infielder just by his glove. He's got that infield webbed glove as that pitch is up high, ball 1. For the Pride, 6 runs, 7 hits, and now 4 errors for the Miners. 13 runs, 13 hits, 2 errors. Here's the pitch. Up high, ball 2. Walters ahead, standing on deck. Ricky Nunez. He's been aboard every single time. Last time didn't get credit for a hit. Reached on an error, but he was able to reach. 2-0 pitch. Up high again, 3-0. Walters looking back in. Not offering at that one as it's a called strike 1. Nunez taking his hacks on deck. Not a lot of fans left, but still a few as this ball swung on and hit in the air. Pretty deep center field. Going back on is the center fielder, Blancato. He won't get it. It's going to get all the way to the wall. Walters pulling up into second. That's a 2-run RBI, or 2-out RBI double for Aaron Walters as Blancato went back and just couldn't find it. Way over his head. 14-6 Miners. Aaron Walters. How about that? A 4 RBI day for the kid. Scores Rother easily. Ricky Nunez up to the plate. 14-6 ball game. Nunez standing in as the first pitch here is swung on and missed. Behind on the fastball. 0-1. Nunez, 2 for 3 day. Couple RBIs, also a walk. Down 0-1 here. On deck, Sweeney. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt. Good block by the catcher behind the plate, Hayden Cross. 1-1. And this is maybe the darkest it's really gotten during a game here at Herman Brothers. Even like earlier in the year when it would go later to 10:30 at night. I mean, it is pretty dark out right now. But still plenty enough daylight to play. Almost never gets dark in the summer here. 1-1 pitch. Up high. 2-1. We're still glued to it here. No activity in the minor pen, so it might be Austin Robertson for the 7th as well. Getting some longevity out of the Wasilla native as this ball is swatted down to third. Picked up on a hop by Wozner. He'll go to first. There was a little bit offline, but a tag along the baseline for the first baseman, Scotty Lee. So we'll head to the 7th. Miners put a run up on the scoreboard. It's 14-6 here from Herman Brothers Field, and we'll be back in just a few moments. We do indeed have a new pitcher on for the 7th, so it looks like Wheezy just stopped throwing momentarily as right-hander Evan Wolf, cue the Wolf Owls, on the pitch for the Miners here in the 7th inning. And striding into the plate, the first batter he'll face, bottom of the order, Tyler Baker. Shortstop, 0 for 1 day, a couple of walks on the line of Baker. 14-6 here as we play in the top of the 7th inning. First pitch from Wheezy is a fastball called strike, and it is 0-1 on Tyler Baker. Wolf, whose brother Jackson was drafted in the 4th round by the Padres this past weekend, or they're not past weekend, a couple weekends ago in the MLB draft. 4th round pick to the Padres, so congrats to Jackson Wolf, the West Virginia Mountaineer, when the 4th round left-handed pitcher to the Padres. I mean, right now, when you think about it, there's really not a better organization he could go to in baseball. As this ball is skied a mile high on the infield. Bermudez settles under it. That'll be an easy first out. Wolf, who leads this Miners team in appearances, hasn't pitched in a while due to some days off and non-league games. This will be his 14th game officially. It won't count towards the league, but he's been really good. 2.51 ERA and 14 1/3 innings for Evan Wolf. He's been really solid with that 19 strikeouts as well. Been ever dependable. Mostly used in the mid to late innings, usually around the 7th inning type of guy, and he's been one of the Miners' best pitchers, regardless of whether they're out of the bullpen or in the starting rotation. 1-1 here, and now 1-2 on Cody Trujillo. Second baseman, last time up, he doubled. Doubled to the gap off Austin Robertson. 1-2. Wheezy to the line, here it is. And this ball's grounded back up the middle. Bermudez, long run on the dive. He can't get it. It's into center field. So Cody Trujillo having a nice little day at the plate. 3 hits for him on the day. It's a 1-out single. And he's aboard here off of first. Now stepping to the plate is going to be Jordan Thurman, who's going to stay in and hit. Zabo played the outfield, but Thurman will hit for him, even in that pitcher's spot.
Now batting number 12, Jordan.
1 on, 1 out. Miners who've rolled up only 1 double play today. We'll have to get another. Get out of this inning quickly. Still remains to be seen whether we'll play past the 7th, as this ball is fouled off Nakamura. That can't feel good, and back to the screen. 0-1. Wolf, the right-hander from Kent State, from Gahanna, Ohio. It's actually, I have a lot of family bloodlines near that area, as long as I've been. My dad actually is from Westerville, Ohio, right outside of Columbus, as well as Gahanna. So, certainly spent a lot of time in my childhood, and even now, down in the Columbus area. Westerville, also Grandview Heights, which is actually right next to the Ohio State campus in Columbus. So, Wolf is the only Ohio-born guy on this team. Share a little bit of a connection there with him. I'm from Michigan, but spent a lot of my childhood in Ohio. Actually, all of my favorite sports teams are Ohio teams. Ohio State, Cincinnati Reds, Cleveland Browns. I get a lot of crap for that because obviously being from Michigan, you're supposed to root for Michigan, the Pistons, the Lions, the Tigers. As taking off the second here and getting there easily. That's going to as a wild pitch for Evan Wolf. Moving up is Trujillo. 1-1. But can't bring myself to like Michigan athletics, specifically football. Obviously, I made a pretty good decision, I'd say, with choosing Ohio State to root for. 1-1 here on the batter at the plate, Jordan Thurman, as he takes a hack at that one, and it's 1-2. Thurman looking to reach. Wolf sets. Here comes the pitch. Swung on and hammered down the right field line. That's going to get foul. Over the bullpen, actually. Guys down there standing up got to stay on their toes. Ball was hit pretty hard, but foul. Wolf looking for his first strikeout of the day. Didn't hear the call. Sean kind of messed that up. It's only his second game of PA, but he didn't do the wolf call. I know you can hear me right now, Sean. So the next time you do it, you have to do the wolf call. Foul ball, 1-2 still. Back in is Thurmond. Been a long game. Over 3 hours, almost 3 hours and 10 minutes of gameplay. Swing and a miss. Evan Wolf blows him away on the fastball. Got him swinging, sticking out of the inning, and now it's going to be the top of the order. Sam Blancato to the plate. Blancato, the center fielder. 1 for 4 on the day, a couple of strikeouts, also scored a run. Scored a run back in that 6th inning. The Piedmont Pride sent 6 men to the plate and were able to come around with a couple of runs. First pitch to Blancato is in the dirt, and it's going to skip away from Nakamura, so the second wild pitch of the inning for Evan Wolf will move the runner, Trujillo, over to third. Advancing on that pass ball. Still a chance, though, to not give up anything if he can get the runner at the plate, Blancato. Miners, once again, be back in action tomorrow. They are done with the non-league contest, and it's going to be a long stretch. There's 1 day off, but 8 games in 8 days thanks to a doubleheader on Monday. Long stretch, and then the ABL playoffs start right after the regular season ends, which is on July 29th, where the Miners go to Anchorage and face the Bucs. They've already clinched at least a home semifinal game in the Top of the World Championship, and they're very close to clinching the #1 overall seed, which would give them home field for both the semis and the finals if they could make it, as that ball's upstairs. So run it to 2-1. Yeah, no days off. I mean, they go right from July 29th in Anchorage to July 30th, home playoff game, as that ball is upstairs and away, 3-1. Home playoff game. If it's necessary, the third game of the series would be played on August 1st, and if Miners were able to get into Game 3 and win that, they'd play the championship series, which is August 2nd, August 3rd, and then, if necessary, August 4th. Full count now on Blancato. They play August 4th for the third and deciding game in the ABL championship. So, a lot of games coming up. Very few off days, to say the least, as that pitch is a bit upstairs. It's a walk for Evan Wolf, and now it's going to be runners on the corners with 2 away. Coming to the plate is Andrew Terrell, who still has not been put out yet today. He did take a loss on his last at-bat in terms of the batting average, but on the day he's 2 for 3 with a walk, and that last time he reached on an error, so was still able to reach. Here by Jared Sweeney. First and third. 2 away. Here's the pitch from Wolf. Outside, ball 1. Sets. 1-0 with the runner taking off, is skied in the air on the infield. Will it be Sweeney or Bermudez? It looks to be Bermudez. He'll backpedal and make the catch on the lip of the infield. And that evidently is going to wrap it up here today from Herman Brothers Field. So we play 7, and the Miners are victorious. They take a 14-6 win, a commanding win over the Piedmont Pride. So the Miners able to really coast today. The win will actually go to Austin Robertson, who took over in the 5th inning. He'll be the pitcher taking the win. The loss will go to the first pitcher entered into this game. Seems like forever ago. Reese Fields, the starter for the Piedmont Pride, will be the guy taking the loss. So Miners once again winners 14-6. They got 1 in the first, 5 in the second, 4 in the third, none in the fourth. Took 3 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th to take the win. So Miners 14-6 win, non-league game, their last non-league game of the year. Once again, tomorrow back in action, 6 p.m. against the Anchorage Bucs. Sean will have that call, and that'll be our final game with just 1 man on the broadcast. Presumably, I will be done doing PA after that game as well as Sean. So I've been Reese Landon. saying so long here from Herman Brothers Field. Miners 14-6 winners today over the Piedmont Pride. We hope you join us for our next broadcast here tomorrow at Herman Brothers Field. Thank you so much for listening. Good night, everyone.